Babi furudila fadua Gagada turun babakura Fumada bakuda Gazura muchiyaru Kamukudu nada fura Kakabara Durveni Hamura Mutakafaski Javeni Label some fight Purveni Diva Ikotin King Purveni Gabadan Kaku Higeni Kakapure Kaku Hibedi Kakapa E Hurveni Fahumi Haka Kurveni Dibuani Mi Mage Mahal Mage Raja Mi Mage Matal Unlimited Supernet. Fast do Rajye ge emme haluwi speed ge internet ka Ooredoo ge unlimited Supernet. Edu smiyang ai live
phone gave buli hayata natum bulila nita kummi saki mezuga efesh game ga kulunu speed ga e PUBG gana snap kore esa ka meme taka e furi feed ga e tekutoku fura e fit check taka ve OG fasha e sali trend ka e ki bajiduwa Santa liberty technology libe kuri eruma eko haru fatuga tibe hos bagata bagutung ufala libe nuwa fenta fuga veche libe fa
Jassali ma fighti libe Jassali ma fighti libe Jassali ma fighti libe Jassali ma fighti ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಬೋಡು 5G ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್
Bebe, क्या हो रहा है? Bebe, मी क्या हो रहा है?
ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲೊಮ್ಮೆ ಒಂದಗೂ ಕಮೆಂಟ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲಂಬೇಣೊಮಿಯ Ooredoo 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಕುರಿಯರುಮೆಂಗ್ ಅವಹ ಬೇಣುಂದೋ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಹಯಾತುಗ ಅವಹ ಕುರಿಯರುಂಗ್ ಹೋದಾಲಂ ಬೇಣುಮಿಯ Ooredoo 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಮಡುಕುರುಮ್ಮಿ ವರ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಸತೇಕ ಗುಣ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ತಜುರ್ಬಾ ಕೊಲ್ಲುಮ Ooredooಗೆ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ
ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಇತುರು ಹರುಫತಕ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆಸಳಿ ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ Ooredoo
äänuta ekki häärääkitä ekki hatiaaruta reki hamalaadi furuni läfäätua käägäädana torun vääkura fummaada vääkudaagaa tura muji jaaru kamuka duudu väändää fura kaakabaada tuta veeni hakuraamata kaffaskitja veeni Rival some fight for the veni diva ikko team king kude veni nga padan kaaku he gaming kaakature kaaku he bedi kaakapa e hore veni fahumi heka kekkure veni divu vaani mi mage mahal mage raja mi mage matal
Welcome to Ooredoo Nation.
The Gamers Man.
किया बला किया ने काळू काळू कुरु कुरु काळू काळू किरुळी कुकुळू किरुळु कुकुळू फास्ट को किया करकुर काळू किरुळु नो 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 काळू कुरु काळू किरुळी कुकुळू
ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇದು ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್
काळू कुरु काळू किरुळी कुकुळू
ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇದು ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್ ಇದು ಸ್ಮಿಯಂ ಐ ಲಿವೆ
ಫೋನುಗಾವೆ ಮುಳಿ ಹಯಾತಾನ ಟುಂಗುಳಿಲ ನೀತ ಕುಮ್ಮಿಸಕಿ ಮೇಜುಗಾ ಎಫೆಶ್ ಗೇಮುಗಾ ಕುಳುನು ಸ್ಪೀಡುಗಾ ಎ ಪಬ್ಜಿ ಗಣ ಸ್ನೆಪ್ ಕುರೆ ಎಸಕ ಮೀಮ್ ತಕ ಎ ಫುರಿ ಫೀಡುಗಾ ಎ ಟೆಕು ಟೊಕು ಫುರ ಎ ಫಿಟು ಚೆಕು ತಕ ವೆ ಓಜಿ ಫಶಾ ಎ ಸಾಳಿ ಟ್ರೆಂಡಕ ಎ ಕಿ ಬಜಿದುವಾ
Liberne technology libe kuri eroma eko haru fatuga tibe hos baguta wagutung ufala libe huwa fenta kula veche libe fa
Jassali ma fighti libe Jassali ma fighti libe Jassali ma fighti libe Jassali ma fighti libe
ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಬೋಡು 5G ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್
Bebe, bebe, क्या हो रखा? Bebe, मी क्या हो रखा?
ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲೊಮ್ಮೆ ಒಂದಗೂ ಕಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲೊಂಬೇಣು ಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಕುರಿಯರು ಮೆಂಗ್ ಅವಹ ಬೇಣುಂದೋ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಹಯಾತುಗ ಅವಹ ಕುರಿಯರು ಹೋದಾಲಂ ಬೇಣುಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಮಡುಕುರು ಮೀ ವರ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಸತೇಕ ಗುಣ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ತಜುರ್ಬಾ ಕೊಲ್ಲುಮ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಇತುರು ಹರಫತಕ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಸಳಿ ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಉರಿದು
है जानू तो एक है राके तो एक हथियार उतर के हमला दी फुरने ना फादुआ क्या गादा ना तरुण बैकुरा फुम्मा दा बैकुड़ा गादुरा मुझे यार कम को दूर ना फुरा का बारा तो वेनी हकुड़ा मत का फस्की चेनी Label some fight for the veni Diva iko team king for the veni Nga badang kako he gemi Kaka ture kako he bedi Kaka pa e hure veni Fahumi heka kik kure veni Dibu vani mi mage mahal Mage raja mi mage matal
Welcome to Ooredoo Nation.
किया बला किया ने काळू काळू कुरु कुरु काळू काळू किरुळी कुकुळु किरुळु कुकुळु फास्ट को किया करकुर काळ किरुळु नो 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 काळू कुरु काळ किरुळी कुकुळु
ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಏದೋ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್
काळू कुरु काळ किरुळु कुकुळु
ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಏದೋ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್ ಎದು ಸ್ಮಿಯಂ ಐ ಲಿವ್
ಫೋನುಗಾವೆ ಮುಳಿ ಹಯಾತಾನ ಟುಂಗುಳಿಲ ನೀತ ಕುಮ್ಮಿಸಕಿ ಮೇಜುಗಾ ಎಫಶಿ ಗೇಮುಗಾ ಕುಳುನು ಸ್ಪೀಡುಗಾ ಎ ಪಬ್ಜಿಗಣ ಸ್ನೆಪ್ ಕುರೆ ಎಸಕ ಮೀಮ್ ತಕ ಎ ಫುರಿ ಫೀಡುಗಾ ಎ ಟೆಕು ಟಕು ಫುರಾ ಎ ಫಿಟು ಚೆಕು ತಕ ವೆ ಓಜಿ ಫಶಾ ಎ ಸಾಲಿ ಟ್ರೆಂಡಕ ಎ ಕಿ ಬಜಿದುವಾ
Purusanta libuni technology libe kuri eruma eko haru fatuga tibe hos baguta bagutung ufala libe huwa fenta kula veche libe fa
Jassalima fighti libe Jassalima fighti libe Jassalima fighti libe Jassalima fighti libe ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಬೋಡು 5G ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್
Bebe, bebe, क्या हो रखा? Bebe, मी क्या हो रखा?
ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲೊಮ್ಮೆ ಉಂದಗೂ ಕಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲಂಬೇಣೊಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಕುರಿಯರು ಮೆಂಗ್ ಅವಹ ಬೇಣುಂದೋ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಹಯಾತುಗ ಅವಹ ಕುರಿಯರು ಹೋದಾಲಂ ಬೇಣುಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಮಡುಕುರುಮ್ಮಿ ವರ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಸತೇಕ ಗುಣ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ತಜುರ್ಬಾ ಕೊಲ್ಲುಮ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ
ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಇತುರು ಹರಫತಕ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಂಎಸ್ ಅಳಿ ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಉರಿದು
एक है जानू तो एक है राके तो एक हथियार उतर के हमला दी फुरडे ला फादुआ क्या गादा ना तोरुं बा बा कुड़ा fumada ba kuda ga dura मुझे यारो कम को दूर गाना फुरा का कबाड़ा तो वेनी हकुड़ा मत का फस की चहेनी Rivals are fight for the venue Diva iko team king kule veni Nga pedang kaku he gaming Ka kapture kaku he bedi Ka kappa e hure veni Fahumi he ka kukure veni Divu vani mi mage mahal Mage raja mi mage matal
Welcome to Ooredoo Nation.
किया बला किया ने काळू काळू कुरु कुरु काळू काळू किरुळी कुकुळू किरुळु कुकुळू फास्ट को किया करकुर काळू किरुळु नो 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 काळू कुरु काळू किरुळी कुकुळू
ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಏದೋ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್
काळू कुरु काळू किरुळी कुकुळू
ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಏದೋ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್ ಎದು ಸ್ಮಿಯಂ ಐ ಲಿವೆ ಲಿವೆ
ಫೋನುಗಾ ವಿಬುಳಿ ಹಯಾತ ನಟುಂಗುಳಿಲನೀತ ಕುಮ್ಮಿಸಕಿ ಮೇಜುಗಾ ಎಫೆಶಿ ಗೇಮುಗಾ ಕುಳುನು ಸ್ಪೀಡುಗಾ ಎ ಪಬ್ಜಿ ಗಣ ಸ್ನೆಪ್ ಕುರೆ ಎಸಕ ಮೀಮ್ ತಕ ಎ ಫುರಿ ಫೀಡುಗಾ ಎ ಟೆಕು ಟೊಕು ಫುರಾ ಎ ಫಿಟು ಚೆಕು ತಕ ವೆ ಓಜಿ ಫಶಾ ಎ ಸಾಳಿ ಟ್ರೆಂಡಕ ಎ ಕಿ ಬಜಿದುವಾ
Santa Liberty Technology Libe kuri eruma Eko haru fatuga Tibe hus baguta Bagutung ufala Libe huwa fenta Kula veche Libe fa
Jassadi ma fighti libe 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 Jassadi ma fighti libe 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 Jassadi ma fighti libe 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 Jassadi ma fighti libe ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಬೋಡು 5G ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್
Bebe, bebe, क्या हो रखा? Bebe, मी क्या हो रखा?
ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲೊಮ್ಮೆ ಒಂದಗೂ ಕಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾದ ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲೊಮ್ಮೆ ನೊಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾದ ಕುರಿಯರು ಅವಹ ಬೇಣುಂದೋ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಹಯಾತುಗ ಅವಹ ಕುರಿಯರು ಹೋದಾಲಂ ಬೇಣುಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಮಡುಕುರು ಮೀ ವರ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಸತೇಕ ಗುಣ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ತಜುರ್ಬಾ ಕೊಲ್ಲುಮ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ
ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಇತುರು ಹೊರಫತಕ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಸಳಿ ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಉರಿದು
एक है जानू तो एक है राके तो एक हथियार उतर के हमला दी फुरने लाफा दुआ क्या गादा ना तोरो बाबा कुरा फुमा दा बाकु डागा दुरा मुझे यार कम को दूर गाला फुरा का कबारा तू तो वेनी हकुरा मत का फस्की चेनी they were some fight for the veni diva ikko team king ku de veni nga badan ka ko gemi ka kature ka ko bedi ka kappa e hu de veni fahumi ha ka ku de veni di buwane mi mage mahal mage raja mi mage batal
Welcome to Ooredoo Nation.
ಕಿಯಾ ಬಲ ಕಿಯಾಣೆ ಕಾಳು ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳಿ ಕುಕುಳು ಕಿರುಳು ಕುಕುಳು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಕ್ಕಿಯಾಲ ಕರ್ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳು ನೋ 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 ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳಿ ಕುಕುಳು
ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಏದೋ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್
ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳು ಕುಕುಳು
ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಏದೋ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್ ಎದು ಸ್ಮಿಯಂ ಐ ಲಿವೆ ಲಿವೆ
ಫೋನುಗಾವೆ ಮುಳಿ ಹಯಾತಾನ ಟುಂಗುಳಿಲನೀತ ಕುಮ್ಮಿಸಕಿ ಮೇಜುಗ ಎಫೆಶ್ ಗೇಮುಗ ಕುಳುನು ಸ್ಪೀಡುಗ ಎ ಪಬ್ಜಿಗಣ ಸ್ನೆಪ್ ಕುರೆ ಎಸಕ ಮೀಮ್ ತಕ ಎ ಫುರಿ ಫೀಡುಗ ಎ ಟೆಕು ಟಕು ಫುರ ಎ ಫಿಟು ಚೆಕು ತಕ ವೆ ಓಜಿ ಫಶ ಎ ಸಾಳಿ ಟ್ರೆಂಡಕ ಎ ಕಿ ಬಜಿದುವಾ
Santa Liberty, technology, live kuri eruma, eko haru fatuga, tibe hus baguta, bagutung ufala, living ua fenta, kuga veche, live fa.
Jassali ma fighti live, Jassali ma fighti live, Jassali ma fighti live, Jassali ma fighti live. ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಬೋಡು 5G ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್
ಬೇಬೆ ಬೇಬೆ ಕ್ಯಾ ಹೊರಗ ಬೇಬೆ ನೀ ಕ್ಯಾ ಹೊರಗತ್ತ
ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲೊಮ್ಮೆ ಉಂದಗೂ ಕಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾದ ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲಂಬೇಣು ಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾದ ಕುರಿಯರು ಮೆಂಗ್ ಅವಹ ಬೇಣುಂದೋ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾದ ಹಯಾತುಗ ಅವಹ ಕುರಿಯರು ಹೋದಾಲಂ ಬೇಣುಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಮಡುಕುರು ಮೀ ವರ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಸತೇಕ ಗುಣ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ತಜುರ್ಬಾ ಕೊಲ್ಲುಮ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ
ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಇತುರು ಹರಫತಕ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಸಳಿ ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಉರಿದು
एक है जानू तो एक है राके तो एक हथियार उतर के हमला दी फुरडे लाफा दुआ क्या गादा ना तोरो बैकुरा fuma da bakuda gadura मुझे यार कम को दूर वाला फुरा का बारा तो तेनी हकुदा मत का फस्की चेनी label some fight for the veni diva iko team king for the veni ga padan ka ko gemi ka ture ka ko bedi ka ba e hur veni fahumi ha ka ko veni di buwan mi mage mahal mage raj mi mage matam
Welcome to Ooredoo Nation.
ಕಿಯಾ ಬಲ ಕಿಯಾಣೆ ಕಾಳು ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳಿ ಕುಕುಳು ಕಿರುಳು ಕುಕುಳು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಕ್ಕಿಯಾಲ ಕರ್ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳು ನೋ ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳಿ ಕುಕುಳು
ಫಾಸ್ಟೇ ದೋ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್
ಕಳ್ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳು ಕುಕುಳು
ಫಾಸ್ಟೇ ದೋ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್ ಎದು ಸ್ಮಿಯಂ ಐ ಲಿವೆ
ಫೋನು ಗಾವೆ ಬುಳಿ ಹಯಾತಾನ ಟುಂಗುಳಿಲ ನೀತ ಕುಮ್ಮೀಸಕಿ ಮೇಜುಗಾ ಎ ಫಶಿ ಗೇಮುಗಾ ಕುಳುನು ಸ್ಪೀಡುಗಾ ಎ ಪಬ್ಜಿಗಣ ಸ್ನೆಪ್ ಕುರೆ ಎಸಕ ಮೀಮ್ ತಕ ಎ ಫುರಿ ಫೀಡುಗಾ ಎ ಟೆಕು ಟಕು ಫುರಾ ಎ ಫಿಟು ಚೆಕು ತಕ ವೆ ಓಜಿ ಫಶಾ ಎ ಸಾಳಿ ಟ್ರೆಂಡಕ ಎ ಕಿ ಬಜಿದುವಾ
Santi liberne technology libe kuri eruma eko haru fatuga tibe hos baguta bagutung ufala libe huwa fenta fuga vecce libe fa
Jassali ma fighti libe Jassali ma fighti libe Jassali ma fighti libe Jassali ma fighti ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಬೋಡು 5G ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್
Bebe, क्या हो रखा? Bebe, मी क्या हो रखा?
ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲೊಮ್ಮೆ ಉದ್ದಗೂ ಕಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾದ ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲಂಬೇಣೊಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾದ ಕುರಿಯರುಮೆಂಗ್ ಅವಹ ಬೇಣುಂದೋ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಹಯಾತುಗ ಅವಹ ಕುರಿಯರುಂಗ್ ಹೋದಾಲಂ ಬೇಣುಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಮಡುಕುರುಮ್ಮಿ ವರ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಸತೇಕ ಗುಣ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ತಜುರ್ಬಾ ಕೊಲ್ಲುಮ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ
ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಇತುರು ಹರುಫತಕ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಸಳಿ ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಉರಿದು
तो एक ही हैरा कि तो एक ही हथियार उतर की हमला दी फुरने लाफा दुआ क्या गादा ना तोरो बैबा कुड़ा फुमा द बैकुड़ा गादुरा मुझे यारो कम को दूर वाला फुरा का कबारा तो वेनी हकुड़ा मत का फस्की चेनी Rivals are fight for the venue Diva ikko team king for the venue Nga padang kako he gaming Kakature kako he bedi Kakapa e hu the venue Fahumi heka kikku the venue Dibu vani mi mage mahal Mage raja mi mage matal
Welcome to Ooredoo Nation.
ಕಿಯಾ ಬಲ ಕಿಯಾಣೆ ಕಾಳು ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳಿ ಕುಕುಳು ಕಿರುಳು ಕುಕುಳು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಕ್ಕಿಯಾಲ ಕರ್ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳು ನೋ 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 ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳಿ ಕುಕುಳು
ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಏದೋ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್
ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳು ಕುಕುಳು
ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಏದೋ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್ ಎದು ಸ್ಮಿಯಂ ಐ ಲಿವೆ ಲಿವೆ
ಫೋನುಗ ವಿಬುಳಿ ಹಯಾತ ನಟುಂಗುಳಿಲ ನೀತ ಕುಮ್ಮಿಸಕಿ ಮೇಜುಗ ಎಫೆಶಿ ಗೇಮುಗ ಕುಳುನು ಸ್ಪೀಡುಗ ಎ ಪಬ್ಜಿ ಗಣ ಸ್ನೆಪ್ ಕುರೆ ಎಸಕ ಮೀಮ್ ತಕ ಎ ಫುರಿ ಫೀಡುಗ ಎ ಟೆಕು ಟೊಕು ಫುರ ಎ ಫಿಟು ಚೆಕು ತಕ ವೆ ಓಜಿ ಫಶ ಎ ಸಾಳಿ ಟ್ರೆಂಡಕ ಎ ಕಿ ಬಜಿದುವಾ
Santa Liberty Technology Libe kuri eruma Eko haru fatuga Tibe hos baguta Magutung ufala Libe huwa fentak Kula veche Libe fa
Jassalima fighti libe 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 Jassalima fighti libe 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 Jassalima fighti libe 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 Jassalima fighti libe ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಬೋಡು 5G ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್
Bebe, bebe, क्या हो रखा? Bebe, मी क्या हो रखा?
ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲೊಮ್ಮೆ ಉಂದಗೂ ಕಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾದ ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲಂಬೇಣೊಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾದ ಕುರಿಯರುಮೆಂಗ್ ಅವಹ ಬೇಣುಂದೋ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಹಯಾತುಗ ಅವಹ ಕುರಿಯರುಂ ಹೋದಾಲಂ ಬೇಣುಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಮಡುಕುರುಮ್ಮಿ ವರ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಮೆದ್ದು
Donation Gamerside Series X. This is gonna be our Valorant tournament semifinals. Yesterday, if you guys were here, we saw the quarterfinals, and then I think we have a pretty good idea as to what our the bracketing looks like for today. So our first game you saw a while ago on the stream assets, it's gonna be apparently I think this is pronounced HAZE and not HAZE because there are Japanese characters right behind the logo. And then they're gonna be going up against freshly signed divorced papers, one of a pretty old name here in Ooredoo Nations, like Valorant tournaments. So that's gonna be our first match up for tonight. It's still gonna be a best of three, and then after that, whoever's gonna win, they're gonna be seeing the grand finals later on. But yeah, these are gonna be our maps later on. It's gonna be Abyss, and then the second game will be Lotus. And if ever we're gonna be going to a game number three, we're gonna be seeing Ascent. So that is the veto map. And once again, I don't know why these guys decided to like pick Abyss for game number one. It's just absolutely chaotic because I'm pretty sure this is one of the pretty hard maps. Like, and like I don't know if it's hard, but people hate it. But yeah, talking about Abyss, you can practically just fall off out of the map and everything, and then the corridors are just absolutely abysmal. So, you know what? Have fun, guys. I love Abyss. I was kind of expecting maybe Abyss will show up in the finals tomorrow, but semifinals is fine too. I definitely respect that. But then game number two and game number three are pretty standard with the Lotus and the Ascent in the early parts of the tournament. So without that, I don't know if this is this is Valorant Series Season 2. And so I think we're gonna be crowning the champion tomorrow, and I think one of these teams here in this matchup, FSDP and HAZE, is gonna be one of those competing in the grand finals. So I think everyone's just like setting up in the back end, and then the players are gonna be settling in as well. But yeah, guys, I don't know about you, but I think my bets are still on freshly signed divorce papers, just because I've seen them several times in the esports scene already, and they've already proven themselves. In fact, yesterday they were kind of just playing around, they like no fancy strategies whatsoever. They're just treating it like a death match, and then if not, they're just gonna be planting the spikes and everything like that. They're just chilling out, not really bearing too much of their fangs. And then HAZE, of course, I mean, they did really, really well as well. But it's just that I don't have much information about them. So hopefully we see them go up against FSDP really, really well. But here, in a couple of seconds, we will be starting off with our first map. It's going to be, once again, our very first semifinals series. This will be between HAZE or HAZE up against freshly signed divorce papers. And okay, I think we can see a couple of people and what their loadouts look like. Everyone's got a ghost, everyone's got like some light shields every so often, and it looks like the round is gonna start already. Gonna be going through the A side already. First blood phase gonna be falling by the hands of Clay with a ghost. And it's just FSDP is gonna be the attacker first, and so they're very, very quickly rotating towards the B side. And I'm saying very, very quickly because this is a very big map, and they're all running for their lives. Nash taking down Restart Plastic, so that's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade just now. Bad's gonna be planting that spike, taking that out of the way, but HAZE is still running around all around the map. Several people in mid. Fasi finds a key, and so that is a 3 versus 4 as of the moment in the post plant. Just checking the corners, trying to see if HAZE can go ahead and get this entry in, but it looks like they're losing one player after the other. One last for the corridor. I think this is gonna be hard because this is a 4 versus 1. Just FSDP using their numbers advantage, try to push in. And there we have it. Hello Kitty Lover puts the last bullet in, and first round goes to freshly signed divorce papers. Guys, once again, this is just the best of 3. So one of these teams, they have to win 2 games out of 3 in order to move forward to the grand finals. So if it's gonna be a sweep, just like all the games yesterday, then I guess we're gonna have a pretty breezy semifinals. But as of the moment, I'm kind of like banking on HAZE right now. Like, I hope to see a pretty exciting game, but it looks like FSDP is going for the ASAP once again. I don't know if they'll try to go for a fake out, but it looks like no casualties yet. just to clone, just checking, just trying to get some information whatsoever. And the time is kind of trickling down over here. And it looks like someone from FSDP Nash is gonna be peeking at the B as well. And there's a Vice just right around the corner. FSDP perhaps might be going. They're not really sure where to commit just yet. Hello Kitty finds Iki though, so that helps just a little bit for the side of FSDP. But if they want to move, if they want to rotate, they have to do it now because it's a pretty big map. But here, Bad finally plants this spike. It's just retired plastic that's just about to retire as of the moment, because with that's a second round going to freshly signed divorce papers. And well, it's fine. It was like the eco round for HAZE, so hopefully in this third round with HAZE taking out those vandals, they'll do a little bit better, because it looks like freshly signed divorce papers actually they're not taking out the big guns just yet. We can see a bulldog, we can see the guardians, and they're probably gonna try banking on, you know, picking up any sort of vandals from HAZE later on. But here they're gonna be finally trying for the B site. The spike is just right there, they're leaving it behind for now. Some information getting from the waylay, but Clay's gonna be falling. Hello Kitty lover follows. And that's two, that's three down on the side. Freshly signed divorce papers. I think they should have bought those vandals, but maybe B side is where HAZE is kind of like a little bit stronger here. But Nash falls through hands of retired plastic, but gets traded off by Foxy. We have it. Looks like it's just gonna be Foxy that's left. Just try to pick up, but Clone does take him down. And now we're gonna be seeing our very first point going to HAZE. So I mean, it's pretty nice to see finally. Not so much of a one-sided fight for now. Then it looks like on the B side, HAZE definitely did a lot better than towards the A side. But over here, we're gonna be watching out for FSDP's movements once again. Looks like the waylay is trying to peek at the B side perhaps. Okay, it looks like they will be trying for the B side first. B side push. And just kind of peeking out at mid as well. Fassy's just right around the corner. And if anything, waylay is probably gonna peek out like really quickly. Trying to see if we can go get an entrance. We have a suppression over here, so they're gonna be holding back just a little bit. Spikes just right outside of B. Still a lot of time to work around with, so it's fine. Okay, there we have it. First blood. Retired plastic falls by the hands of Hello Kitty lover. And then we have Takia's male wife. What a funny name. Takia's male wife follows. Iki falls to bad, but Clone finally gets Fassi down. But it's all gonna be too late because Clone's the only one left on HAZE. So 1 versus 4, a little bit like maybe hopeless. I don't know, that's too much of a heavy word. But yeah, that was a 4 versus 1. We all knew how it was gonna end, and that is it for the next round. It looks like it's just a back and forth. You can see FSDP just trying to pick between B and A. There was a couple of A's, and now it's just B all the time. No switching up too much. I mean, FSDP, they're getting the points without like thinking too much about it, not overthinking it too much. So they're just all chilling out, you know, having fun. And I love the KDA of the Reina. So that's Hello Kitty Lover once again. We saw just exactly how Hello Kitty Lover just like sets the tempo of the game yesterday, and now it's just still top fragger. But speaking of which, Clone takes Hello Kitty Lover down. So I'm a little bit worried for FSDP as of the moment because they have a lot of frags, and just a little carried a lot of the previous rounds. Over here, it looks like they've spread out a lot all around the map. Clone gets taken down, however. It's going to be a 4 versus 4. The Spike is still at the top attacker spawn, and we're like less than a minute left to go before attackers have to plant that spike, but it looks like Vice is already on the A side, so I think they have a lot of time to work around with. And the nearest defenders, still a little bit of way to go. Bad has planted that spike, and now the pressure is on for HAZE or HAZE instead. Nash finds Iki, so this is gonna be 3 versus 4. They're taking their time. Both teams are taking their time as of the moment. Fasty finds Retired Plastic. Now it's gonna be 2 left. It's just gonna be Clay and friends. It's gonna be Tekken's male wife. Okay, in the corridor, just calmly taking their gun out. That's Tekken's male wife. But right around the corner, there's another. Okay, it's gonna be a 1 versus 1 in the corridor, but there will be backup. Okay, jumping in. Still no casualties, but it's still a 1 versus 2. Right, it looks like they're gonna be backing away from the spike, I believe. And yeah, I think that this is all fine. And well, another point goes to FSDP. 1-4 on the scoreboard. A little one-sided slightly now, and like it's starting to take form. You know, a slight dominance going in for freshly signed divorce papers. That's 4 points to 1 for HAZE. So. You know what? For the side divorce papers, we have bad with the Hunter's Fury. So, definitely have to look out for that, especially for the side of HAZE. And it looks like HAZE might be going on to a save, so I'm a little bit worried. They might be conceding this round to FSDP as of the moment. And FSDP, they're at the A side. And Faye already finds Iki. That's going to be a 1 less person on HAZE. That's already planting just as easily. They took control over the A side. HAZE is just trying to see if they can make an entry. That's 1, that's 2 down. That's gonna be 2 left on HAZE. Retired Plastic is just trying to peek the corner. Faye over there takes Retired Plastic, so it's gonna be a 1 versus everyone else. What is happening here? I think they're just they're doing a knife battle. Okay, I respect that, but that's absolutely scary. Okay, they're all just having fun. I respect that. They're just going on the knife kill, you know. Saving ammo. I don't think the ammo matters, but still. Okay, fine. I mean, it's fine, guys. They're just having fun. FSDP is just making the game a little bit more funnier. But, you know, they're all good sports. No one took out a gun. So, you know, I respect that. I respect that for all of them. But here, we're going to be starting another round. This is going to be round 7 already. FSDP, yes, 4 points in gap away from HAZE. Right here. We're watching out for the A side because that's where FSDP is compounding on. They're stacking all up here. The Neon? That's Retired Plastic. Gonna peek, a little bit curious. And I don't know what this guy's thinking. But Faye does take them down for overstepping way towards the entrance of the attackers. The clone finds a lucky lover. Okay, it's gonna be equalized, but it's another down, 1 down for the side of HAZE, but it's gonna be equalized very, very quickly. But it looks like FSDP might be in a little bit of a pinch, but no, not for long. Fasty gets a double kill and just as easily wins that round. FSDP racking points after points after points, round after round. And that's no surprise to everyone. FSDP already has a reputation. They already proven themselves in the previous season of Valorant. So no surprises over there. Then yeah, 1 more round going to go. This is gonna be round number 8. Still a long way to go before the sides will switch. So if HAZE does better on the attacker side, they have to win a couple more rounds before like FSDP, because FSDP is really quite close to the halfway point of their victory already. But here, the spokes Iki is just right here. Fasty already finds Retired Plastic, jumps in and only takes 1 after that gamble. And that spike is easily planted. HAZE is quite right around the corner in the defender spawn. He gets spotted. It's 2 left. It's gonna be Clone and Chakin's male wife. And Clone gets spotted, and now it's just 1 last person. This is gonna be 4 versus 1. What is happening over here? Nash just fell off the abyss. Okay, that's fine, guys. They're all just having fun. They have the credits to kind of like cushion that fall, so it's no problem whatsoever. Look at that. That's a 7.8k credits for bad. This guy is living the dream, living the vida loca, chilling. Pretty much a like a pampered heir if this was like a tycoon sort of thing, you know? But then yeah, we're starting another round. Round number 9. 3 more rounds before the sides will switch, but I don't think FSDB is gonna wait that long, and they're gonna be taking this victory really, really quickly. They're 6 points away from getting 1 game in to this best of 3. But over here, FSDP getting on to a little bit of psychological warfare. They're just standing around B, peeking. Okay, there's a smoke up. Let's see if they push in. Clone gets spotted by Hello Kitty. Alright, another down. Iki's second kill. It's a double kill. Let's see if they can find a triple kill, man. Bad's gonna be planting that spike. As he's still at mid. Okay, that's a triple. Come on. Let's go for that ace, bro. Let's go for that ace. Never mind. 5 seconds male alive. And then now with that last quadra kill. Could have been an ace, but we'll accept it. You know, we'll take it. We'll take it. It's fine. Now we're at round number 10. 1-8 on the scoreboard as of the moment, as FSDP easily a 7-point lead up against HAZE. And well, we could say maybe HAZE could have done better as attackers, but I don't think they have a lot of chances anymore. FSDP is practically 5 rounds away from winning this game number 1. We're here. Looks like FSDP will be going around at the B sides. Nothing too fancy. It's just 1 fake out in the first round, and it was a pistol round, and then after that, it's just pretty much straightforward. Just plant spike, kill everyone you see. Iki finds Fea. Vernash gets a double kill. Let's see if we can see a triple in this round. Alright, they're just hunting down everyone else. The rest of HAZE is in defender spawn, and it looks like Nash is trying to find that kill already. That's a triple, but unfortunately, attacking his male wife is gonna be shutting him down. But there's 2 people left on HAZE. And FSDB, they're going aggressive. It's just waiting around the corner, around the defender spawn. Okay, Retired Plastic gets taken out as well. It's just gonna be Tackins gonna be there, but will be taken down by Fassi, but not without taking out Hello Kitty Lover with them. And there we have it. 1-9 on the scoreboard already. And the spike, well, they're gonna be planting that spike once again on around number 11. And yeah, I think this is pretty much what the game is gonna look like for the rest of the time. HAZE couldn't get their step on, didn't quite get their footing on this game. I mean, HAZE did so well yesterday. It was like sort of a domination on their side as well. But then up against FSDP, we can see the skill levels just absolutely insane. These guys are pro players through and through. But over here, it looks like FSDP will be going for the A side really, really quickly. Fake out. Ooh, shots coming in. The blinds just stops Fassi from getting that clear shot. But no, nothing to worry about. There's 2 down on both sides. Spike has been planted. HAZE has to take back that A side. The retake is taking quite a while. They're trying to find an entrance. But you can see FSDP, they're positioned all around the entrances. Look at he finds Clay, Retired Plastic falls. Clone finds Bad, however, but this is still a 2 versus 1. Nice positioning from FSDP, and it looks like triple kill for Hello Kitty Lover. Looks at the abyss. What is this dude doing? Okay. They looked at the abyss, and I'm like, yeah, please don't jump. And then dude like does a double take and then jumps anyway. I respect that. Fine. 1-10 on the scoreboard as of the moment. FSDP is literally 3 points away, and I think we know how this is gonna end, because even if HAZE gets multiple rounds in a row, still that's gonna be like a 3-round margin of error. And by sheer luck, I'm pretty sure FSDP can get those 3 rounds in a row. And over here, we're gonna be stacking up on the A side once again, making their push just like that. Waylay is gonna be jumping in, but will be taken out by Clay immediately. And you can see how they're all gonna be rotating. Chambers taking quite a while. As I said, this is a pretty big map, so going from one side to the other is gonna take 3 to 5 business days. But here we're seeing trade-off once again, but Clay getting that triple kill. I like that. It's just gonna be Bad versus Shu. There was a 1 versus 3. Clone gets taken out. Now it's gonna be Clay, Iki versus Bad. And Pat is running all the way to the B side. I think I have a minute left to go, so it's a fine. But I think HAZE smells something fishy. They're like, where is this guy? And now they're gonna know. They're gonna hear the audio cue on the B side. They're gonna hear that spike being planted. They'll be alerted. And you can see very, very quickly they're trying to rotate. And Bad is already gonna be positioning themselves, going through the abyss. And in this corridor, we're gonna be seeing that 1 versus 1, but wow, Clay with the 4 kills, the 4K, and Clay's gonna be defusing that spike, and well, it's gonna be the second point for HAZE. 2-10 on the scoreboard. Just a little bit of a hiccup for FSDP. What just happened? Clay just jumped off. Iki as well. They're all just having fun, guys. It's fine. I love it. I love the energy for these two teams. You know what? I love Abyss because I don't know why Valorant made this map. It's such a brutal map. You can literally just fall off. Like, you got sausage fingers on your keyboard and then you can see yourself falling. You don't even get shot, you know? You just fall into the abyss. But here, this is gonna be another round. Couple of seconds. We're gonna be seeing HAZE. They've already stacked up all around B, and FSDP is gonna be defending. So pretty standard. 1 on mid, 2 on each side. Just pushing in. Kind of surprised FSDP is not going on the aggressive, you know, pushing in. But just like that, they already got information. You can see FSDP very, very quickly smelling blood, rotating towards the B side, and one after the other. HAZE falls. Iki gets paid, but however, it's gonna be a 1 versus 4 as of the moment, and it's just gonna be a hunt down, and that is it. That is a knife kill for Shakyun's male wife. That's crazy. That's crazy work, and I love it. I love the sportsmanship from these teams. They're all just having fun as of this moment. I think I really like to see what Veritas versus FSCP looks like if ever it happens tomorrow. But we'll have to see, you know, in the next series of the semifinals, what Veritas versus KUIS Esports is gonna look like on this second series on the semifinals. But as of the moment, I think it's pretty clear FSDP might be snagging the semifinals. I think HAZE even like kind of understood already. They're just like going for the knife kills, going for the abyss jumps, and I think they pretty much accepted it as of the moment. They're just having fun, and look at this. HAZE is gonna be pushing into the B side, takes down Nash. But everyone else from FSDP is gonna be rotating into the area of He finds Clone, and that's a double kill. Clay shuts him down, but Hello Kitty Lover finds Iki as well. That's Clay with a triple kill already. 2 versus 2 as of the moment, but Clay finally gets it taken out by Hello Kitty Lover. Now this is a 1 versus 1, and Hello Kitty Lover, I don't know what this guy was doing, trying to get their utilities in, and Jackie's real wife punishes them for that, just looking away for like 1 second. 3-11 on the scoreboard. FSCP only needs 2 more rounds to defend, take down the rest of HAZE, or defuse that spike, and we'll be seeing game number 2 really, really easily. But HAZE with the 3 points. Let's see if they can find another round, another point on their scoreboard, or will this be in the end for them? Because 1 more point, FSCP will be moving on to that match point advantage. But here, HAZE pushing into the B side. You can see FSDP quickly, very, very quickly rotating towards B. Backing off. He has the numbers disadvantage as of the moment. Waylay, however, just going right in front of them. Nash finds Clone. And it looks like Nash is going through the backside of HAZE taking them down just like that. Clay gets a quadra just out of nowhere. I don't know what's happening here, but Nash is still alive. But okay, that was crazy. But Clay finally gets taken out. I really thought HAZE had it because of Clay, but Clay, look at the KDA. Clay has more kills than Hello Kitty Lover. But and then again, the kills all around, the frags all around FSCPs, more or less equally distributed between the players. Clay, however, that's 21 points. The next fragger is like, what was that, 6, 7? But it's gonna be the match point of FSTP. Faye already finding Clay, so I think they don't have to worry too much about HAZE anymore. Now that Clay's out, Clay has the bulk of the kills, and so it's just gonna be easy work now. Faye finds Iki. That's 3 more left. HAZE, and one after the other, they're gonna be falling. They're just gonna have to find Clone, and FSCP will get this first map in the bag. Clone's already half health. Clone finds 2, however. What is happening? That's a triple. That's a quadra. Knife. Oh.
Defenders win.
I love that knife. They just both pulled out their knives, and I love the sportsmanship over there. But Clone is just absolutely insane with the quadra towards the end. And that is it. That concludes our game number 1 with the victory of FSTP. At, I believe that was 13-3. And so that's just absolutely insane. That's just absolutely crazy work, and I love that for them. And well, that was map number 1. That was Abyss. And then next up, it's gonna be Lotus, I believe, and Asset is gonna be the decider map. So there we have it. Game number 1 was Abyss. Game number 2 will be Lotus. It's pretty standard with the 3 sites A, B, and C. Defenders will have, it won't be too hard for the defenders because it's not too big of a map. And so whoever's going to be defenders, they're going to be like just breezing through each site just like that. And I think Abyss, it feels like a bigger map. I don't know if it's actually bigger, but it feels like a bigger map. There in Lotus, you can pretty much prance through site A, site B, site C, just open a door and you're already in the other side. But yeah, FSTP pretty dominating in this game number 1. I think game number 2 is probably gonna be the same story. They're just making it like this is just for formalities, guys. The FSTP just has to get this semifinals in the game so we can go to the finals later on. But I think I love though the sportsmanship between HAZE and FSTP with the knife kills. Very, very nice, very, very interesting. And Clay also with the quadra kill, the triple kills also a while ago. I absolutely love it. And also Clone. And so both teams have decent players, but in the end still FSTP is the winner. And with that, those were the highlights. And guys, do not go anywhere because we will be seeing game number 2 in Lotus in just a while. But before that happens, once again, we will be taking a short break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be seeing you soon.
5G Jassala. ಸತೇಕ ಗುಣ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ತಜುರ್ಬಾ ಕೊಲ್ಲುಮ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ
ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಇತುರು ಹರಫತಕ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಸಳಿ ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಉರಿದು
Kita iki hatiyaru tariki hamaladi furni la fadua Gaga dana torun baba kura Fumada bakuda gadura mujiyaru kamgo dudu la fura Kaka bada tuta veni Hakura mataka faski chaheni Favor some fight for veni Diva ikko team king kule veni Nga badan kaku he gaming Kaka ture kaku he bedi Kaka pa e hure veni Fahumi heka kekure veni Divu vani mi mage mahal Mage raja mi mage matal
Make it fast, guys.
Welcome to Ooredoo Nation.
ಕಿಯಾ ಬಲ ಕಿಯಾಣೆ ಕಾಳು ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳಿ ಕುಕುಳು ಕಿರುಳು ಕುಕುಳು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಕ್ಕಿಯಾಲ ಕರ್ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳು ನೋ 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 ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳಿ ಕುಕುಳು
ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಏದೋ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು
And just like that, we are back once again to Ooredoo Nation Gamers Land Series X, our Valorant tournament over here in Ooredoo Nation. And once again, I'm still here, and HAZE and FSDP are still here. We're still at game number 2 of this best of 3. FSDP snagged that first game easily, and I think we know how this is gonna end. If ever HAZE is just gonna be like accepting, you know, exactly where they're at. They know FSDP is pretty much a veteran here in the Esports League for Valorant on Ooredoo Nation. And so with that, we already saw the Abyss map. It was pretty entertaining, you know. Some people fell and some people got shot down, but now it's just gonna be game number 2, pretty standard map. It's gonna be Lotus. And if ever we move on to game number 3, then we'll be seeing Ascent later on. But you know what? I'm gonna take like a 80% confident guess, maybe 90, maybe 95 confident guess that we're not gonna be seeing a game number 3. But yeah, Lotus is up. Gonna be seeing those 3 sides, A, B, and C, and then we're just gonna be seeing maybe some standard ages, you know, if ever they try to join in with raises, maybe the killjoys. But I'm not sure if they're trying to go for waylays. I'm not really sure where waylay fares in terms of the maps because they're pretty new. But yeah, the standards are usually like the killjoys and the races, not really the jets. But then yeah, it's all up to the players wherever they're comfortable, and this isn't like too much pressure just yet. So everyone's just gonna go and have a fun. But then yeah, in the previous game, I believe it was a 13-3 or 13-4 victory of FSDP. So everyone was just kind of chilling, you know, and there were some pretty fascinating moments in the game with the knife kills that are just yeah, the players on both sides, they were just like, yeah, you know what, let's just have fun, take out the knives, try to knife each other down. But yeah, that was it. That was game number 1, and then hopefully game number 2, let's see if HAZE will step up, like all of a sudden try to give FSDP a hard chance, a hard time rather getting this game number 2 in. But then yeah, before that happens, we will be starting off with our game number 2 on this best of 3. Right now, it is a match point, or rather like best of 3 point for FSDP. One more game, and they will be moving on to the grand finals tomorrow. And HAZE, if they want to push this to a game number 3, they have to win this game. And it looks like FSDP will be going on the attack first. They'll be stacking up mostly in the B sides. But Chamber is going to be peeking out on the C side. Chamber versus Chamber later on. Ooh, they're sneaking out into the B, and immediately they just try to push in. Clone finds Nash, however, but everyone else is already at B. Going to be attempting to plant that spike. just as easily. They're defending. They have such good control over B. But Clone, what is happening? Clone needs to be stopped. That dude had like a triple kill before finally getting put down into the dirt. And it's a good thing that FSDP bounced back from those 3 casualties. I was a little bit nervous back there. Clone took down 3 people. That's a triple kill. Chambers, am I right? But then yeah, first round still goes to FSCP. And we're back at this again. Hello, little pirate elephant. Ooh, there are butterflies as well. Why are they just chilling over here? And yeah, that's it. And we're gonna be starting the round number 2, and it looks like FSDP is kind of like spread out all around the map. Still, the 2 chambers looking at C side. C for chamber side. But looks like FSDP will be going for the A side really quickly. First casualty, Atkins Y falls. Bad follows up with Clay. It's gonna be very quickly turning into a 2 versus 5. Bad's gonna be planning that spike for formality reasons. But looks like EQ will be falling. Clone's next. Let's see if Clone can 1 versus 5 this. I think it's entirely possible, but I don't think FSDP will allow that. Okay, looks like it's gonna be a knife fight. I love the energy. And I respect Clone for not taking away that pretty entertaining last few seconds of the game. This guy was like, just come at me, bro. They have the knife in hand, and FSDP jumps in like, you know, you're walking downtown at like night, and then this gangsters just come up on you, tell you to take out your wallet and everything. That was the energy that I got in the previous round. But then yeah, another round's gonna be coming in. We're gonna be seeing the bonus round for FSGP. They're gonna be stacking upon C side at this time, and Nash will be peeking at A instead, just try to get some information, try to see if you know, like, just watching out for FSDP's back. But looks like FSDP they'll be pushing into C. Clone is gonna be there. And I worry about Clone a lot because Clone gets those several kills. They got flash down, so gonna get the boom bot. Alright, just right behind Clone. They attempted to shoot them, but I love the angles coming in from FSDP. They surrounded Clone from a lot of angles, flashed them down, couldn't quite do anything. And with that, one after the other, HAZE falls. It's just gonna be the male wipe that's left, 1 versus 1, but Nash gets taken down. Alright. Should be another knife one, you know, but looks like it doesn't happen. I really thought this was gonna be a knife fight once again, but it's just gonna be a pretty standard shootout. That's the 3rd point for FSGP right now. I think you know what, they're breezing through, but we're seeing another elephant. It's not the same elephant, so there's a lot of elephants around the map. Let's see if we can find some more. Yeah. Looks like FSCP will be stacking around B. And no, they're gonna be stacking at C this time. A couple of seconds left to go. And we can see that Nash is trying to guard out the A side just in case. Clone is still guarding C. Omen threw in their smoke at the entrance. Doesn't stop them though. Raze is peeking out at mid between C and B, and they're gonna be meeting up each other. Icky falls, Bad plants the spike. That's a 3 versus 5. Now Fassi is fine. Retired classic. Nash finds the male wife. Clone finds Bad, however. They have a Marshall and hand trades off one after the other, but still in the end, it's still the same story. FSTP still gets that round, and now we are at round number 5. 4 rounds in a row for FSDP. No surprises there, however, because we saw exactly what FSDP is capable of in the previous game. That is literally 9 more points away for FSDB. HAZE is still left in the dust at 0. So it's fine. You know, they're just waiting for FSCP to kind of make any sort of mistakes. And everyone's just having fun. But over here, we're going to be starting off the round once again. Stacking up on C. They're going to be pushing in. No fancy moves whatsoever, just straight up pushing in, plant that spike, take down anyone who gets in their way. Hello Kitty finds the first blood, but Clay gets 2. Fassi finally puts him down. Clone follows up with the Hello Kitty falling. It's gonna be a 3 versus 2. As I was saying, just waiting for FSTP to make a mistake. Now that Hello Kitty falls, I think Fassi or Nash, they're pretty decent players also. I think they can have this in the bag. They just need to take down these last 3 players from HAZE. And right now, if Fassi tries to go for the C-side, they'll be met with 2 resistance, but Retired Classic falls, so it's fine. It's gonna be a 2 versus 2. Still, Fassi has that ultimate, so it's fine. But in the end, what just happened? Clone still manages to take him down. Okay, Nash is right around the corner, but it's quite low on health, so I'm a little bit worried. Clone getting that triple kill, and with that is the first point for Isaiah. I think might have spoke too soon about that, because they're left in the dust waiting for FSDB to make a mistake, and that's exactly what happened. Now we are 1-4 on the scoreboard, but no worries, it's still a 3-point gap for FSDP. And you know what, if HAZE all of a sudden they give us an amazing show, then I'd love to see it as well. We're talking Clone has their ultimate up play as well, so even if they don't buy like the fancy guns, they still have an amazing loadout, especially with the Neon with their electric fingers. But here, FSDP stacking up on C once again, but not really committing just yet. You can see that Spike is going all the way back to attacker spawn. Faye finds 2, however. That's a double kill. Now, HAZE is left with 3 last players, hovering around defender side, trying to get an entrance to C. Hello Kitty Lovers right around the corner, however. Faye finds that triple kill. Clone takes 1. There, Clone takes the second casualty. Fassi's gonna be planting that spike all the way at A. HAZE is all the way at C. They have a long way to go. They literally have like a whole marathon to go if they want to go get that spike, and they'll be met with resistance at defender spawn. They better watch their backs. There we have it. Nash finds play, but Clone gets their triple kill, gets their quadra, hides behind the clove smoke. And that's absolutely crazy. Now it's just a cat and mouse chase. But still, the disadvantage is at HAZE because they have to dismantle. They have to defuse that spike as well. But the spike is ticking. Alright, we got a little bit of some breach action.
Could do this.
Attempting to defuse once again. Will there be enough time? It doesn't matter because Bad takes on Clone. That spike explodes, and now that's 1 more point once again for FSTP. And that's like the fun part of being the attacker. Once you got that spike down, all you have to do is distract the defenders from trying to defuse the spike. There's a lot of pressure coming into the defenders. But here, FSTP, they're gonna be stacking up an A perhaps. Just checking their spawn, seeing if they can try to see if they get some sort of information around C and B. But here, Gates gonna be coming up, pushing into A. No fanciness whatsoever. They just push in, trying to plant that spike. Retired Plastic finds Nash, however. Be a 5 versus 4. FSDP slight numbers disadvantage. You see HAZE, they're rotating to A already. Fassi finds 1. Bad guy finds 1 as well. They're going to be planting that spike.
Spike planted.
It's 3 versus 4 as of the moment. Not too worried about the numbers, but Clone finds Fassi. Someone needs to stop Clone. This guy is on a roll. Bad finds Saki and my wife though. It's 2 versus 3 as of the moment. I'm still worried because Clone is still alive. Finally, Hello Kitty Lover puts them into the dust. 2 versus 1. Icky, very low on health, gets taken down, but without taking Hello Kitty Lover with them first. That is going to be round number 8 easily. 1 more point for FSDP. 1-6 on the scoreboard. That's a 5-point gap as of the moment. FSDP not giving HAZE any sort of momentum whatsoever. They win 1 round, they don't give the next round to them. And we're gonna be stacking up on A once again. Couple of seconds left to go. They're pretty spread out, so it's gonna be a long way to go before their chamber, before the Vibe, before the Omen goes to A side. Oh, it looks like it's gonna be a bloodbath really early on. Neon's walls, breaches, utilities. Hello Kitty takes out their ultimate, finds 2. Nash finds Iki. That's gonna be 2 left. And I mean, Clone's still alive. Now I'm kind of worried, but Taken finds Yukiti. Faye finds Clone, and with that, that's easily another point for FSTP. Once again, 1-7 on the scoreboard. 6 points left to go before FSTP says goodbye, finds themselves in the grand finals. So this is nice. Everyone's just chilling. FSTP, they're getting their Vandals. Fassi, Nash, and Bad each have their ultimates ready, but on the other hand, Tachyons, Play, and Retard Plastic each also have their ultimates. I don't think they're gonna be using that all too much. It's not very utility heavy. They're relying on their guns quite a lot. It's just like a deathmatch, you know, friendly deathmatch between 2 teams. But FSTP is gonna be stacking on A once again. Looks like Reno and the Omen are gonna be pushing into the attacker side. Might be overstepping just a little bit, but Hello Kitty finds 2, Fassi finds 1, and Faye as well. And with that, just as easily, once again, easily, FSTP breezing through these rounds. And now it's round number 10. 2 more rounds before HAZE will go on to the attacker side. But I don't think they're gonna be lasting long. FSTP is already at 8 points. 5 more points right. 5 more rounds away. And they're gonna be getting this victory. I mean, they already have 1 game in the bag. HAZE is left in the dirt, and they are 7 points in gap. So they're just chilling, just having fun. HAZE not really having their full loadout as of the moment. Got their SMGs, the pistols. So in terms of firepower, I think it's FSTP that has this in the bag. Gonna be stacking up an A. Green is right around the corner. Clay, what in the world just happened? Taking 2, but Fassi had that ultimate in. It's still gonna be a 2 versus 3. Iki, Takin's wife, and Clone still alive.
1 enemy remaining.
No spike planted yet. What? So Fassi falls. So Hello Kitty Lover still will be the last person standing. She got under the corner. What was that? I'm worried about Clone. I'm worried about Clone a lot. Like, if Clone is still alive, I'm just like, you know what, FSTP, I don't think they'll win just yet. I can't, like, I can't rest easily unless a Clone has been taken down. But on the other hand, in terms of the counterpart on FSTP, maybe Hello Kitty Lover, but they're all really decent players. They're all like pulling their own weights, but still in the end, FSTP still 6 points in lead. We're gonna be going to a tactical pause really quickly. Let's see, maybe we have like one player kind of have a little bit of problem. It might be the Vice that we're looking at right now. This dude is probably disconnected from HAZE. Yeah. So guys, once again, do you choose Ooredoo instead for your internet provider, because you don't want to end up like this guy. You don't want to end up like Vice. So guys, choose Ooredoo. Get your 5G from Ooredoo, and Ooredoo Nation is just so generous towards the esports community. You can tell, you know, they absolutely love esports. But here, yep, our drone is nodding. Vice, come on, wake up, dude. Go ahead and get that Ooredoo 5G so that you can go ahead and play your games once again. But yeah, I think the timer's gonna be trickling down once again. HAZE is probably just gonna leave that dude, you know, in their defender spawn, kind of chill out. If the CP is gonna be stacking on each side, the show has to go on. And FSCP is doing exactly just that. Gonna be pushing on A. Nothing too fancy. They don't even mind in B and C anymore. Bad finds Clay. First blood. Or Retired Plastic finds Nash. This was a 4 versus 5 already, especially since Vice, I think Taken's male wife, is kind of not with us as of the moment. What? Gets taken down finally by Hello Kitty Lover. That's a double kill. And with that, Iki's just gonna be left right towards the entrance of A side, but the spike has already been planted. Iki's trying though, gets hit by the breach. Not very good. Just a little bit blind as of the moment. It's gonna be 3 versus 1. This is gonna turn into a knife fight. Let's just see later on. But Iki's definitely still alive. Going on to attacker spawn. This is a cat and mouse. There are 3 cats as of the moment. Iki finds Faye, however. They're gonna be meeting Hello Kitty Lover right around the corner, but finds a second. What? I thought Iki almost had it. Okay, that made me a little bit nervous. Guys, please don't spike our blood pressure just like that. But okay, that was pretty nice. It looks like Pakin is still not with us, but it's fine. He's just gonna be chilling on defender spawn. FSDP be stacking on C this time. Looks like HAZE, they're not falling for that. They know it's always A, but they're just chilling, you know. They're just covering all corners. And we have once again the elephants, the pirate elephants, just hiding in this corner. And speaking of corners, C side is getting bombarded as of the moment. It's just a play guarding the area, but Clone is gonna be rotating into the area. Nash finds Iki right in the head. Clone gets caught up. Clay gets a double kill before getting taken down by Bad. Now it is a 3 versus 2. Actually, practically a 1 versus 2. Because Sakin is just at defender spawn. I think these guys know that they're there. You can see they're like, you know what? Just end this game. they're like, take that dude down, dude. Let's just move on. That is 2-10 on the scoreboard. That was pretty funny.
Everyone having fun?
It looks like
If you're
Vice is
not,
moving.
it's a
No,
long
they got
line
taken
of
out.
work.
No, never mind. It's fine. We're gonna be moving on to round number 13. HAZE will be at attacker spawn this time, and FSTP at defenders. All good. It's gonna be fine. It is an 8-point gap between HAZE and FSTP. And Takin's male wife, do try to get Ooredoo Nation if you don't have it right now, because I'm sure it's not Ooredoo Nation, because everyone else is using Ooredoo for the 5G and their internet connection. If you don't want to disconnect like this guy, go for Ooredoo instead. But Retire Classic getting 2 kills. Nash finds 1, but gets a shot out immediately.
You're done.
Here we have it. Faye finds Retire Plastic, however. It's 3 versus 3. Practically a 2 versus 3 once again, because this dude's not using Ooredoo. But here Faye finds Sakin's male wife. Just get that out of the way. Now it's an actual 3 versus 2. Spike will be planted on A, probably. But now the audio queue comes in. FSCP will be rotating to A really, really quickly. And now, covering all bases. 3 different entrances. A little bit nervous for Azeh, but still. Once again, Clone is still alive, but Bad takes him down easily. And now it's just Clay. Clay is also decent, so I'm a little bit worried, but it's a 3 versus 1, so easily getting that point, defusing that spike, and there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the 11th point for FSDP. Right, we're going to be going to round number 14. Very just like that. Beautiful game from FSTP. Very clean. Not so like dominant, but still they gave away a few rounds to HAZE, but still I love the energy of FSTP, and I hope to see this sort of firepower tomorrow on the grand finals, because it's just 2 more points away. FSTP is just 2 more points away from practically taking this slot in the semifinals and the grand finals. But here Nash finds Sakin's male wife. Just like that. Spike's still in there. It looks like FSDP's pushing into the attacker spawn. I don't think this is called overstepping anymore. They're just massacring. Look at that. 2 more people left. 1 more. It's just Clay. And Clay's all the way in B side. But the Spike is still in attacker spawn. This guy cannot do anything as of the moment. So either they wait for 1 minute, or it's gonna be a whole surprise, not so surprise attack on Clay. And Clay happily goes down, and now it's match point to FSGP. I think We're just doing this for formalities as of the moment. This is gonna be possibly a 2-13 victory of FSTP. But if they want to be funny, this could go like 3-13. But yeah, as of the moment, it's still a slight disadvantage, especially since Azeh is down by one player already. Still disconnected, by the way. Do you get Ooredoo 5G? You won't disconnect just like this. It looks like FSDP, they're pushing into the entrance of B side, not acting like defenders whatsoever. But here, 3 versus 3, 2 versus 3, 3 versus 3 practically. Just checking into the entrance. They finds Nash, however, and now Haze has the advantage. Fase 3 versus 1. Finds one, however. 2 versus 1. Looks like Haze will be trying for that spike plant really quickly. There we have it. Trying to go through the defender spawn. In. And there we have it. Still biding their time. Fase doesn't want to give this round away. Jeez, okay, still 2 versus 1. Not much movement, but that spike will be defused if Haze doesn't find the butt. It looks like Child Plastic knows exactly what was happening. That shot in quite cleanly. We're here. It looks like we're not gonna be seeing Takis Veilwife anytime soon. There's a couple of rounds already left to go, but guys, do choose Ooredoo. Go get their 5G if you don't wanna disconnect like this, dude. You don't wanna be too unfortunate, but it looks like they're pretty good sports. They know exactly how this is gonna end. They could pause, but they chose not to, and I think they kind of accepted it already. But here, MSDP's stacking up on A instead. Totally just not minding what the objectives look like. But Haze will be compounding towards the C side. It looks like they're taking this seriously. And FSDP couldn't quite go on the ambush just yet. He's trying to plant that spike. One casualty. Nash falls. Fase finds retired. Fase, however, it's going to be 3 versus 3 as of the moment. Finds Fase. Still, the spike has been planted. Change of guns. Shot in. Trades off. Icky falls. Lucky Lover finds Clone. And now it's just gonna be Clay. And Hello Kitty Lover. 1 versus 1. Who's gonna win? And that's it. That's it. That is it for our semifinals between HAZE and FSGP with the beautiful victory of FSGP, practically dominating these 2 games, 2-0 on this best of 5. And so, guys, ladies and gentlemen, once again, congratulations to FSGP for moving forward towards the grand finals. Tomorrow, it's gonna be a best of 5, so do not forget to show up tomorrow for that finals. It's gonna be FSTP versus whoever wins this second series later on. It's gonna be KUIS Esports versus Veritas. And let's just kind of look at the highlights real quick. Look at that Faye with the triple kill, Fase getting doubles, and there's a bunch of pretty funny moments in the game, especially with knives. I think that was just in game number 1, not much in game number 2. I think they took it a little bit more seriously this time. And pretty nice shots, pretty nice clutches. But in the end, I'm kind of sad that Haze couldn't quite go in full power because of the disconnection of one of their players. But still, it's fine, guys. Do choose Ooredoo, choose their 5G if you don't want to disconnect just like that. And if it's not even just in Maldives, I believe Ooredoo is kind of internationally known. If I'm not mistaken, Qatar has them, also Indonesia. So do choose Ooredoo Nation. And we don't have Ooredoo yet in our country, but yeah, hopefully they show up here too, because I would surely love to use Ooredoo. But yeah, these are our highlights. HAZE and FSTP, a good matchup, but it is a domination of FSTP, 2-0 easy sweep with scores 13-2, 13-3 or 4 was it in the game number 1 in this. So that was it. very easily. FSTP swooping in and securing their place in the grand finals. And I hope to see something interesting happening in the grand finals, especially with the matchup later on. It's either gonna be FSTP versus KUIS Esports, or it's gonna be FSTP versus Veritas. And we're gonna be finding that out really soon when we see the second series for the semifinals. Still a best of 3. It's gonna be KUIS Esports and Veritas, both having the sweep on in their respective quarterfinals. In fact, all of them are sweeps as of the moment so far. We're not seeing like any reverse sweeps, any 2-1s on the best of 3s. So it was definitely an interesting Valorant tournament. You can see like a little bit of like gaps in skill levels, but we're all just having fun over here. And those were the highlights for our game number 2. And with that, this is what our brackets look like. FSTP securing their spot on the grand finals. Next up, KUIS Esports and Veritas, and they'll be vying for the second spot in this grand finals. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, once again, before we go on to our next series, to our next game, we will be taking a short break. So guys, do not go anywhere. We'll be seeing you soon in a few minutes.
ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ನೆಟ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟೇ ಇದು ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ನೆಟ್ ಇದು ಸ್ಮಿಯಂ ಐ ಲಿವೆ
ಫೋನು ಗಾವೆ ಮುಳಿ ಹಯಾತ ನಟುಂಗುಳಿಲನಿ ತಕುಮ್ಮಿಸಕಿ ಮೇಜುಗಾ ಎಫಶಿ ಗೇಮುಗಾ ಕುಳುನು ಸ್ಪೀಡುಗಾ ಎ ಪಬ್ಜಿಗಣ ಸ್ನೆಪ್ ಕುರೆ ಎಸಕ ಮೀಮ್ ತಕ ಎ ಫುರಿ ಫೀಡುಗಾ ಎ ಟೆಕು ಟಕು ಫುರಾ ಎ ಫಿಟು ಚೆಕು ತಕ ವೆ ಓಜಿ ಫಶಾ ಎ ಸಾಲಿ ಟ್ರೆಂಡಕ ಎ ಕಿ ಬಜಿದುವಾ
Santa Liberty, technology, libe kuri eruma, iko haru fatuga, libe hos baguta, bagutung ufala, libe huwa fenta, fuga veche, libe fa.
Jassali ma fighti libe, Jassali ma fighti libe, Jassali ma fighti libe, Jassali ma fighti libe. ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಬೋಡು 5G ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್
Bebe, क्या हो रहा है? Bebe, मी क्या हो रहा है?
ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲೊಮ್ಮೆ ಉಂದಗೂ ಕಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾದ ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲೊಮ್ಮೆಣೊಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾದ ಕುರಿಯರು ಮೆಂಗ್ ಅವಹ ಬೇಣುಂದೋ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಹಯಾತುಗ ಅವಹ ಕುರಿಯರು ಹೋದಾಲಂ ಬೇಣುಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಮಡುಕುರುಮ್ಮಿ ವರ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಸತೇಕ ಗುಣ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ತಜುರ್ಬಾ ಕೊಲ್ಲುಮ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ
ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಇತುರು ಹರಫತಕ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಸಳಿ ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಉರಿದು
ಜಾಣುವ ಏಕೆ ಹ್ಯಾ ಜಾಣುತ್ತ ಏಕೆ ಹ್ಯಾ ರಾಕಿತ ಏಕೆ ಹತಿಯಾರು ತರಕ್ಕೆ ಹಮಲಾದಿ ಫುರುಡಿ ಲಾಫಾದುವ ಗ್ಯಾಗಾದಾನ ತರು ಬ್ಯಾಬಾಕುರ ಫುಮ್ಮಾದ ಬ್ಯಾಕುಡಾಗ ದೂರ ಮುಚ್ಚಿ ಯಾರು ಕಮಕದೂಡು ರಾಲಾಫುರ ಕಾಕಬ್ಬಾರದ್ದು ವೇಣಿ ಹಕುಡಾಮತ ಕಫಸ್ಕಿಚ್ಚ ಹೇಣಿ ರೈವಲ್ ಸಫೈ ಪುರ ವೇಣಿ ದಿವ ಇಕ್ಕೊ ಟೀಮ್ ಕಿಂಗ್ ಪುಡ ವೇಣಿ ಹಿಂಗಾಬದ ಕಾಕು ಹೇಗೇಮಿ ಕಾಕತ್ತುರೆ ಕಾಕು ಹೇಬೇಡಿ ಕಾಕಬ್ಬಾ ಏ ಹುರ ವೇಣಿ ಫಹುಮಿ ಹೆಕ ಕಿಕ್ಕುರ ವೇಣಿ ದೀವು ವಾಣಿ ಮೀ ಮಗೆ ಮಹಲ್ ಮಗೆ ರಾಜ ಮೀ ಮಗೆ ಮತಲ್
Welcome to Ooredoo Nation.
ಕಿಯಾ ಬಲ ಕಿಯಾಣೆ ಕಾಳು ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳಿ ಕುಕುಳು ಕಿರುಳು ಕುಕುಳು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಕ್ಕಿಯಾಲ ಕರ್ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳು ನೋ ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳಿ ಕುಕುಳು
ಫಾಸ್ಟೇ ಇದು ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್
ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳು ಕುಕುಳು
ಫಾಸ್ಟೇ ಇದು ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್ ಎದು ಸ್ಮಿಯಂ ಐ ಲಿವೆ ಲಿವೆ
ಫೋನುಗ ವಿಬುಳಿ ಹಯಾತಾನ ಟುಂಗುಳಿಲನೀತ ಕುಮ್ಮಿಸಕಿ ಮೇಜುಗ ಎಫೆಶಿ ಗೇಮುಗ ಕುಳುನು ಸ್ಪೀಡುಗ ಎ ಪಬ್ಜಿಗಣ ಸ್ನೆಪ್ ಕುರೆ ಎಸಕ ಮೀಮ್ ತಕ ಎ ಫುರಿ ಫೀಡುಗ ಎ ಟೆಕು ಟಕು ಫುರ ಎ ಫಿಟು ಚೆಕು ತಕ ವೆ ಓಜಿ ಫಶ ಎ ಸಾಳಿ ಟ್ರೆಂಡಕ ಎ ಕಿ ಬಜಿದುವಾ
Santa Liberty, technology, libe kuri eroma, eko haru fatuga, libe hos baguta, bagutung ufala, libe huwa fenta, fuga veche, libe fa.
Jassadi ma fighti libe, 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 Jassadi ma fighti libe, 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 Jassadi ma fighti libe, 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 Jassadi ma fighti libe. ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಬೋಡು 5G ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್
ಬೇಬೆ ಬೇಬೆ ಕ್ಯಾ ಹೊರಗ ಬೇಬೆ ಮೀ ಕ್ಯಾ ಹೊರಗತ್ತ
ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲೊಮ್ಮೆ ಉಂದಗೂ ಕಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲಂಬೇಣೊಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಕುರಿಯರು ಮೆಂಗ್ ಅವಹ ಬೇಣುಂದೋ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಹಯಾತುಗ ಅವಹ ಕುರಿಯರುಂ ಹೋದಾಲಂ ಬೇಣುಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಮಡುಕುರು ಮೀ ವರ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಸತೇಕ ಗುಣ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ತಜುರ್ಬಾ ಕೊಲ್ಲುಮ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ
ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಇತುರು ಹೊರಫತಕ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಸಳಿ ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಉರಿದು
pura ek hai jaanu to ek hai rakita ek hatiyaar utar ek hamla di furdi la fadua kya ga dana toru ba ba kura fumma da ba kuda ga dura mujhe yaru kam ko du ba la fura ka ka ba da tu te veni hakuda mat ka faski che veni dai vol sa fight pura veni diva ikko team king kude veni ga padan ka ko gaming ka ka ture ka ko bedi ka ka pa e hur veni fahumi ha ka ke kure veni di buwane mi mage mahal mage raj mi mage watan
Welcome to Ooredoo Nation.
ಕಿಯಾ ಬಲ ಕಿಯಾಣೆ ಕಾಳು ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳಿ ಕುಕುಳು ಕಿರುಳು ಕುಕುಳು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಕ್ಕಿಯಾಲ ಕರ್ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳು ನೋ 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 ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳಿ ಕುಕುಳು
ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಏದೋ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್
ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳು ಕುಕುಳು
ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಏದೋ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್ ಎದು ಸ್ಮಿಯಂ ಐ ಲಿವೆ ಲಿವೆ
ಫೋನುಗಾವೆ ಮುಳಿ ಹಯಾತಾನ ಟುಂಗುಳಿಲನೀತ ಕುಮ್ಮಿಸಕಿ ಮೇಜುಗ ಎಫೆಶ್ ಗೇಮುಗ ಕುಳುನು ಸ್ಪೀಡುಗ ಎ ಪಬ್ಜಿಗಣ ಸ್ನೆಪ್ ಕುರೆ ಎಸಕ ಮೀಮ್ ತಕ ಎ ಫುರಿ ಫೀಡುಗ ಎ ಟೆಕು ಟಕು ಫುರ ಎ ಫಿಟು ಚೆಕು ತಕ ವೆ ಓಜಿ ಫಶ ಎ ಸಾಳಿ ಟ್ರೆಂಡಕ ಎ ಕಿ ಬಜಿದುವಾ
Santa Liberty, technology, live kuri eruma, iko haru fatuga, tibe hos baguta, magutung ufala, living wa fenta, kula veche, live fa.
Jassali ma fighti live, Jassali ma fighti live, Jassali ma fighti live, Jassali ma fighti live. ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಬೋಡು 5G ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್
ಬೇಬೆ ಬೇಬೆ ಕ್ಯಾ ಹೊರಗ ಬೇಬೆ ಮಿ ಕ್ಯಾ ಹೊರಗತ್ತ
ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲೊಮ್ಮೆ ಉದ್ದಗೂ ಕಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲೊಂಬೇಣು ಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಕುರಿಯರು ಮೆಂಗ್ ಅವಹ ಬೇಣುಂದೋ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಹಯಾತುಗ ಅವಹ ಕುರಿಯರು ಹೋದಾಲಂ ಬೇಣುಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಮಡುಕುರುಮ್ಮಿ ವರ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಸತೇಕ ಗುಣ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ತಜುರ್ಬಾ ಕೊಲ್ಲುಮ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ
ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಇತುರು ಹರಫತಕ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಸಳಿ ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಉರಿದು
And finally, we are back after a pretty long break. But yes, this is still Ooredoo Nation Gamers Land Series X, the Valorant tournament for Ooredoo. And yes, we did see our very first semifinals series with a victory of FSTP. This time, it's going to be KUIS Esports versus Veritas for our second matchup on the semifinals. Whoever so of these two teams will be winning this series, they'll be moving forward to go up against FSTP tomorrow. And yes, it's quite nice. Yesterday, both teams actually went all out, like complete domination, complete sweep on their particular quarterfinals in their respective quarterfinals. And right now, this time, I'm really curious because I haven't seen Quiz Esports too much, but I've seen Veritas and they did quite well. I think they're a little bit more on the pro scene side. Quiz Esports maybe still in the casual corners. But here, the V2 map, our game number one will be in Lotus. Game number two is going to be Ascent, and this decider map might be Haven. I'm sorry, I'm not sure. I think that's Haven. But then yeah, Lotus and Ascent pretty standard maps, especially for the early parts of tournaments, the early parts of series, and I mean, Haven is fine, I suppose. I'm just not so much of a big fan of it. But then, yeah, that's pretty much it for our map schedule later on. Lotus, we've already seen that a while ago. And in fact, I think I've seen multiple Lotuses in the previous series as well as even yesterday in the quarterfinals. And yeah, it's a pretty fine. It's an okay map. You can go around the quarters, around um uh, the sites really really easily. It's just one cross, pretty much easier borders than some of your countries, some of your passports. But then yeah, um, Lotus is pretty standard. Ascent is also a pretty like comparatively an easy map as so some players like agree. So like it's usually Lotus and Ascent for the early parts of the game, and then well, like for me, I don't know about the map rotation for Valorant for this season. It's like we have the Abyss, we have the Corrode, absolutely insane maps, just the absolute worst. And I think Pearl is okay. Haven, like a 50-50. Some people don't like it. And then, of course, Split. I think people absolutely do not like Split sometimes because of all the ropes, all the surprise corners. And it's a good thing there's no breeze and icebox. I think people will lose their minds. But then yeah, this is the map rotation as of the moment. This is the map schedule that's gonna be seeing. We're gonna be seeing later on, and yeah. For Lotus, it's gonna be pretty standard. Maybe the agents that we're gonna be seeing. Usually, it's gonna be the Rays probably. Haven't seen much Killjoys in this tournament so far. Actually, like in past couple of months, I haven't seen much Killjoys. But then maybe it's just the style that the teams want to play. They could go ahead and get some other Sentinels instead. And I suppose you can also use Vice in Lotus, and then I think Waylay could also be a pretty good pick for ages here in this map. But then yeah, I think the players are just gonna be go ahead and picking out their ages, and then after that, when everything's set, when everything's just ready to go, everything's just good to go, then we're probably gonna be seeing round number one really really soon. But yes, once again, guys, this is Ooredoo Nation Givers, and don't forget to try and go ahead and get Ooredoo as your internet service provider. You don't want to randomly get disconnected out of nowhere. Thank you so much for um supporting the esports scene under Origination Gamers Land. Not only for Valorant, because I know Origination also hosts tournaments for Mobile Legends. Also, PUBG is quite heavily on PUBG, but also in Mobile Legends and FIFA. And I've also seen up like COD, like Call of Duty Mobile, just a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, it's a very nice variety of games in Ooredoo Nation Gamersland. So thank you so much for making this possible. All the players, all the supporters, all the viewers making this possible. And yeah, I think we're just trying to um like settle things in terms of like setting up the rooms, also the ages as well. And so like we're just gonna be loading up the game really quickly. We're just gonna be booting it up, and well, you know what? It's been fun. FSDP in the previous series, it was a sweep. It was a 2-0, and it was in domination on those two games as well. So, question is, will it look just like that in between KUIS Esports as well as Veritas? Because I know Veritas, it's a pretty old name here on the esports scene. So, um, oh, yeah, like they might end up like FSTP as well. It could be a domination. Question mark could be possible, but still, Quiz Esports yesterday did quite um a decent job. I think this was the team where I saw they actually took it a little bit more seriously. I saw like a variety of strategies that they pulled out, and not just like pushing in, planting the spike, and then go on complete death match. No, they actually did like fake outs. They did split pushes and stuff, and that was really really interesting. I really want to see that sort of variety in this game. But we're also talking about Veritas. In the previous game, previous series on their quarterfinals, they didn't um put too much flourish, as you know. They just went in and killed as much people as possible. Pretty standard pushes as attackers and defenders. So right now the question is, how will this matchup look like later on? And it looks like Veritas will be going on to attackers first. KUIS Esports on the defenders. Pretty spread out all around the map. Veritas just stacking up on the A entrance, where we can see Vice going for C and the club going for B. Let's see if VTS, you're going to be going ahead, taking the time, bit of a prologue just to kind of get some more information. Some shots in, still no casualties, but there's a lot of utilities being used. So fun takes out Bike Club and Crypto first. That's a double kill on the side of Burritos already. This is looking like a 3 versus 4, 3 versus 3 as of the moment. What just happened? KUIS Esports, multiple kills in a row, but now it's just Shinra that's gonna be left in KUIS Esports. You can see Shinra just a little bit too far from where all the action is. Veritas, they're gonna be planning that spike on the A sides. It's done and dusted, and now they have to wait. They're just waiting as of the moment. They know Shinra is going to be trying to defuse that spike. That's where the pressure is going to be. They have the numbers advantage. Veritas has the numbers advantage. Ooh, okay, they're attempting. It looks like Shinra will be trying to get a pick off first. Alright. Coming in. Trying to use the utilities, but the peak's coming in. Oh, it's a 2 versus 1. And, well, you can tell Shinra is kind of confused. Who will they target? And Veritas used their numbers advantage to, well, their advantage. And that is easily 1 point going to Veritas, but not without a pretty good resistance. Esports, they gave Veritas a good run for their money. So I'm kind of like curious now to see like KUIS Esports, will they give Veritas a hard time snagging this grand final spot from the semifinals, because KUIS Esports, they did quite decently yesterday. So I want to see what this matchup looks like. Veritas playing it a little bit safer. They're stacking up on C side. It's just gonna be Shinra there, literally looking at the wall. Okay, smoke's coming in. They're pushing. Veritas takes control of C. You can tell Shinra's backing away, just waiting for some backup from the rest of KUIS Esports. Kachao finds Shinra first. 4 versus 5. So is gonna be planning that spike. Ching finds Crypto. It's gonna be spike has been planned. I don't know if this is this looks right. I believe there should be. This looks like a 5 versus 3 as of the moment. And it looks like a chow, ka-ching, one after the other they find. There's some more kills, and that is it, ching with the triple kill. And the round number 2 still goes to Veritas. And it was pretty nice. It was a pretty nice run. KUIS Esports still trying to hold their ground, but Veritas is just slightly better as of the moment. But once again, this is still round number 3. Let's see if anything changes later on. Otherwise, if not, then we might be seeing a sort of a same domination as the previous semifinals series, where all the points just went to one team. But here we're gonna be starting off a very, very quick push. Bite Club already finding Chow. And that's second kill with 2 supports, and that is it. Veritas is down to Yves Saint Laurent. I'm a little bit worried. Bite Club with a triple kill already. Yves Saint Laurent is just hiding around the corner, backing away to attacker spawn. But you can see Shinra is also very behind. Bite Club is trying to bite in. Yves Saint Laurent finds Shinra and Bite Club. That is a triple kill. Oh my gosh, 1 versus 1. Just like that. No spike planted just yet. That's absolutely insane. Yves Saint Laurent clutching this. They just need 1 more kill and it's all over. Alright. Audio cues coming in. Oh my gosh, Jet Pass finds Yves Saint Laurent while they were distracted. I really thought Yves Saint Laurent had it. They had this clutch. They had that 4 versus 1 clutch. Took down 3, but in that 1 versus 1, they still had to worry about the spike. And KUIS Esports took advantage of that, and Jump Pass just managed to get that first point for KUIS Esports. Now I'm interested. But here we can see the Pirate Elephant once again. Hello, lady or gentlemen, and they'll be spectating this Valorant match together with us, and it looks like they're going to be pushing for ASAT once again. Veritas going in, all the firepower, ka-ching-ing, Bite Club down, and they're going to be finding just 1 casualty from that. But Ostrich goes down. It's going to be the second frag for Veritas as of the moment. It looks like they'll be moving to B side instead. Esports still pretty spread out. It looks like Chapas will be the 3rd kill of Kaching. Will there be a 4th? Will there be a 5th? Will there be an ace to this guy? Okay. Peeking out, Yves Saint Laurent finds Crypto. And Shinra is gonna be all that's left for Esports. It's just gonna be, 1 versus 5, pretty standard. Vixeria gets that last kill, and that is 1 more point for Veritas. Absolutely not allowing KUIS Esports to get any sort of momentum. They've denied that, and that is a 1-3 on the scoreboard. That's a 2-point gap as of this moment, and that's it. It looks like Veritas will be stacking up on the A side as of the moment, just chilling. If it's anything like the previous rounds, they'll be going ahead, pushing in, and not even waiting for any time. In the first 2 rounds, Veritas was very, very cautious, but right now they're just gonna be pushing in just immediately. Right now, smoke coming in. Veritas just hovering around nearby of the entrance, trying to get some sort of information. And KUIS Esports, they got the audio cues. They're stacking up on A as well. Neon's wall coming right up. Spike is getting planted. Still KUIS Esports. Crypto falls. Gonna be followed up by Bite Club and the Jump Pass also. This is gonna be 2 left. Ostrich and Shinra trying to get this retake on the post plant. But unfortunately, Shinra will be falling next. And now it's just Ostrich with their head onto the ground. And that is it. That is 1 more point for Veritas. Now it's a 1-4 on the scoreboard. Quite looking like the same story as previous game. Still, it's round number 5. Kind of hoping that KUIS Esports maybe will be giving Veritas a run for their money, a little bit sort of fights. But as of this moment, it's a 3-point gap. It's lengthening quite a lot. We're already at round number 6. Veritas is stacking up on C this time. So just a while ago, I saw the pattern. Either they push into A or they cross to B. And now this time, this should be the 1st or 2nd time that they'll be going for C. Audio cues, some warning shots. Prowler just trying to get some sort of information. Neon's wall gonna be coming in. Not pushing yet. That's gonna be a fake out. Veritas will be moving back to the A side. You can tell because Esports, they're trying to rotate to C, but they're not committing just yet. They are kind of confused. They're like, where is everyone? And then they get suspicious. They're rotating to A as of the moment, which is a very, very good choice. Now Veritas will be met up with some sort of resistance. Now the audio crews are going to be coming in. Prowlers just checking the corners. And now A-side will be for the taking for Veritas. So is going to be planting that spike. And now KUIS Esports going to have to find an entry point. Now, a little bit of utilities being used. But finally, we're seeing the first few casualties. 3 down on the side of KUIS Esports. Kaching is on fire with a showstopper. Definitely a absolute showstopper. And that is it. Another point going on to Veritas. It's now a 1-5 on the scoreboard. A 4-point gap between the two teams. Veritas steadily building up that snowball. 3 rounds in a row so far. Now, question is, KUIS Esports, will they be breaking that momentum in this next round, this round number 7? Will they be starting their momentum, or will Veritas continue to rack up all those points, trying to take this semifinals in the bag? Still quite early on into the series, still round number 7, but I think we have a pretty good idea as to what this matchup looks like between KUIS Esports and Veritas. Over here, Veritas stacking up on C, pushing in quite immediately. Fate is still quite far away. They have the spike in hand, but still, I think they're just going to be taking their time, taking down some players. Shinra gets it traded off. He's on the run, take them down. 4 versus 4 as of the moment, planting that spike on C.
Spike planted.
KUIS Esports rotating into the area, trying to find some sort of entry point. Prowler coming in. Now let's see if they can go ahead and get that push in. Shoot down a Prowler, shoot down that Crypto, that Fade. Bike Club using their electric fingers gets one. Bike Club's attempting to defuse, but that Neon electricity just not giving that spike away too easily. You gotta push in. That's gonna be the fuse. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Veritas couldn't stop KUIS Esports in time. That is a 2-5. Now finally breaking that 3-round streak of Veritas. So that was a good start for KUIS Esports. It's still a 3-point gap. They can still catch up if they want to. But here, Veritas definitely having a little bit of trouble going up against KUIS Esports. You can see KUIS, they have aces up their sleeve as well. If Veritas has strategies, so does KUIS Esports. We saw them using up all these amazing strategies yesterday, and I'm sure Veritas has studied them already. And so right now they're being very, very cautious. You can see Veritas stacking up on C once again. Omen's gonna be throwing in that smoke. Neon's walls coming right up. No casualties yet. Taking corners. KUIS Esports not completely committing to the C-side just yet, just in case. But here, finally, Crypto gets that first kill. But on the other hand, Veritas gets 3 kills in the bag, and now it's just 2 left. Spike has been planted, and now Crypto falls to the hands of Vixeria as a triple kill. Now, just one last player to just jump past. That's gonna be left. Vixeria getting that Quadra. That is a 6-point coming in to Veritas. 2-6 on the scoreboard as of the moment. And you can see KUIS Esports just can't get any sort of momentum going. They have 1 point, but Veritas immediately gets the spotlight once again. So with that, we're gonna be starting round number 9 really, really quickly. So after this, 3 more rounds before they switch roles. Question is, will KUIS Esports do better as attackers? That's a question that we really want to see later on. But without winning a lot of rounds, they might not have so many chances. But here, around the corridor, it looks like Veritas will be stacking up on the B sides. Some shots in, all your cues. Neon's wall goes down. B, checked out by the Prowler. Some smokes coming in, lots of blinds, but in the end, Kachin gets first blood. Vixeria manages to use their ultimate. Kachao finds Crypto. Now it's 3 versus 4. Vixaria falls. Kachao finds Ostrich. Revenge kill coming in. And now they're just guarding the B side as of the moment. Because Esports trying to find that entry point with Chad Pass and Shinra. They're going to be falling. And now that is it. For round number 9, round number 10, we see 2-7 on the scoreboard. It's 2 rounds in a row once again for VTS. Easily 6 points away from winning this game number 1 on their semifinal series. And yeah, I think like so far, slight domination coming in from Veritas really soon. But here, it looks like we're starting off. What are they doing? Okay, they're just shooting at each other. But yes, we'll be starting off with stacking up on Veritas on the A side. News Wall's gonna be coming right up, reaching out some corners. You can see KUIS Esports. They caught a whiff on Veritas's movements, and now they're gonna be moving on to the A side. Looks like Veritas could plant that spike right now, but they're not making their entry just yet. And now KUIS Esports, they're stacking up. Bike Club falls, however. Kachao gets a double kill. Vixaria falls. Kaching finds one more, and that's Kachao. So triple kill. Now Ostrich that's left. Ostrich finds Kachao. See, this is 2 versus 1. Kaching took them off guard. That stresses out so much. Ostrich was looking the wrong way, and they're in the worst possible place. They had so many angles where they could be taken out of, but yes, in the end, 2-8 on the scoreboard. Now we are at round number 11. 2 more rounds before we can find that switching sides. As of the moment, Veritas with that 6-point lead. I think it's gonna be hard for KUIS Esports to catch up as of the moment. But they're all having fun. It's fine. Veritas stacking up on A once again. Neon's wall's already coming right up. They're not even gonna be waiting that much. Now they're gonna be pushing in. Fight will find Vixaria, however, now slight disadvantage on BTS. Let's see if they can still work around this. Just little picks here and there. Kachao finds Shinra. With their ultimate, it's the second casualty. Battle falls as well. Now it's gonna be a 3 versus 3 from now on. Ostrich fights Kaching. Now, KUIS Esports trying to find an entry point. Trying to retake this A side. Yves Saint Laurent finds Judd Pass. Shooting in. That's flash just works out in the favor of Ostrich. The spike has been planted nonetheless. Still a 2 versus 2. Utilities coming in. Crypto finds Sosa. And now it's a 1 versus 2 Kachao. What can we do at this rate? There. Shots coming in. Still no defuse inside. They're trying to take this one down. Ooh, a little bit of utilities here and there. Kachao gets taken down by Crypto, and that's it. Ostrich refuses that spike. That is 1 point coming in to KUIS Esports. VTS still in a 5-point lead, however. And now we're round number 12. This is the last round before the switching of sides. So they're going to be going all out. Any sort of ultimates that you have, any credits, any utilities, they have to be used now. They have to be expended. You can't bring any of those to round number 13. So it's an all-out round as of the moment. This is the last chance for KUIS Esports to be on defenders. This is the last chance for Veritas going on to the attackers. And just immediately, just like that, a bunch of utilities come up. Neon's walls come in. And that just helps Veritas go for the entry point just nearby. But that's a trade-off. Bike will find Kachin, so finds Crypto. Kachao falls as well. This is the second casualty under the Bike Club. Here, Sosa finds, finally, put them in the ground, but Ostrich finds Vixaria as well. This is going to be a 1 versus 3. Sosa falls, and that is the last round going into KUIS Esports successfully defending Lotus. And with that, and now we're going to be seeing the switching of sides. We're back to the pistol round. KUIS Esports as attackers, BTS 5 points away, now going on to the defenders. Question is, what will this matchup look like once the defenders and the attackers swap out? I can't quite remember which team was it that's very proactive as defenders. They push in through the gates, go to attacker spawn immediately, goes firing squad, complete firing squad on whoever the attackers are. My Gecko is gonna go make some noise, say hello to the Galaco. But still, the round is gonna start. It looks like KUIS Esports gonna be pushing into the B side real quickly. That's 2 casualties already from the side of Veritas. You can still see them scrambling really quickly because very fast. KUIS Esports already has the advantage in terms of numbers. And now Jump is gonna be planting that spike on B side.
Spike planted.
They cancel that. Oh, it looks like the spike has been planted. Veritas still has 3 people left on the roster. We're gonna see if we can find an entry point here. Still no casualties on the side of KUIS Esports until now. Bike Club gets their triple. However, Cimarron with the triple as well before getting taken down by Ostrich. Sosa ending that game with that defuse. Beautiful retake coming in from Veritas, and that defuse is just an absolute icing on the cake. It's absolutely beautiful execution coming in from Veritas. I really thought KUIS Esports had this in the bag, but still Veritas, they redeemed themselves after those first 2 casualties. I really thought KUIS Esports had such a huge advantage after that, but now Veritas popping off, almost crossing the double points mark. But still, as of the moment, we'll be starting off from round number 14. This should be the eco round for KUIS Esports. So you can see Veritas love their guns as of the moment. SMGs, some fancier guns, but still not the best. Still no Vandals in sight. Understandable, however. Coming in, pitching fine, jet pass. Ostrich trees them off, however, quite easily. So with that, just looking at the map, Esports pushing into B. Vixario finds Crypto. Spike in hand, trades off 3 versus 3 as of the moment. Some crossfires. Ostrich with the triple kill. Valorant finds Shinra. Quadra kill from Ostrich. Now Kachao is all that's left.
One enemy remaining.
Okay. Kachao finds a double kill that they needed. Veritas clutching this once again. Jeez, can't they get like a clean kill? They're just trying to give us all heart attack. Heart attack is absolutely insane work from Veritas. Now they're only 3 points away from snagging this game number 1. After this, it could be a Ascent once again. And KUIS Esports, they're 6 points away from catching up to Veritas. Ooh, that's cute. There's like a little girl bear, and then the guy bear has flowers. I think our production should really give some flowers to the girl that they want. Shout out to you, bro. But here we can see KUIS Esports stacking up on C after that fake out on A. But Veritas, off your feet! You're gonna be pushing in, and I think they're attempting to do like a sort of fire squad, but it's gonna be biting them back in the behind because easily KUIS Esports will be taking that C site. I don't know if they know that. What is happening over here? What are they doing? They're gonna be hiding behind this wall. KUIS Esports has an idea of what's happening. I think this is a little bit messy, but Vixario finds Ostrich first, so that's 1 casualty down. Still, spike has been planted, so there's a lot of pressure coming in from KUIS Esports. Crypto finds Vixario, gets a double. See if we can find another, but Kaching puts them back into the ground. Shinra finds Solera. Kaching finds Shinra. It is a 1 versus 2 as of the moment. Bike Club getting that double kill that they absolutely needed. KUIS Esports getting that round for themselves. I'm out of here. I think that's it. I think KUIS Esports, they did so many things right back there. They just planted that spike on C. And then they know Veritas is trying to do some sort of attacker spawn surprise. They they look forward to that, and then they anticipated that, and then they pointed all their guns towards attacker spawn, and then all that pressure coming in from the spike ticking just let Veritas kind of have so little room to work around with. But over here, KUIS Esports split all around the map, taking a lot of the entrances. This is what I'm talking about. KUIS Esports, they are utilizing a lot of strategies. Unlike like some of the other teams, they're just pushing into one site and hoping for the best. Here, KUIS Esports coming in, stacking on A. Some utilities coming in, audio cues. You can see Veritas responding to just that. Spike in hand. still far off from the A side. They can go to B if they want to. Vixaria looks like they'll be going to attack their spawn. Kachao finds an ostrich. That's one down on the side of Esports. Ooh, right between the neon walls. Kaching finds one with their ultimate. Finds a second later on. Trades off. Kaching getting their triple kill in hand. And that is it. That is one more point to Veritas. 2 more points before these guys win this game number 1 on this best of 3. Because Esports giving them a run for their money. I'm not gonna lie. This resistance coming in from KUIS Esports, from Unknown, a Valorant team, Veritas, is pretty nice. I'm really hoping to see KUIS Esports quite a lot later on, but as of this moment, Veritas dominating with a 6-point lead. And in fact, if they win this round, if Veritas wins this round, it's gonna be the match point later on. Ooh, just trying to dodge that molly real quickly. Was that a molly or was it a grenade? Here, by club, already finding one. Teaching falls. Esports might be going for the C side. Vixaria finds shot pass. Vixaria will be using the ultimate of Clove for second chance in life. 3 versus 4. Numbers advantage for KUIS Esports as of the moment. Because they're playing it a little bit safe. What is happening here? Keeps on the run, falls. Now it's just 2 left on Veritas as of the moment. They're going to be attempting to plant that spike on C. Now that they know that they have the advantage, it's a 2-4. It's so possible to get this retake. Kachao falls, however. Sosa's going to be facing 3 all alone as of this moment. It was a 4 versus 3. Now it's a 3 versus 3. Crypto falling. Now by club. And another person is just watching this portal real quickly. Prowler coming in. It's not going to be helping out too much. They have, rather, Sosa doesn't have their ultimate, so it's a little bit hard. This angle is really, really hard. That ostrich gets taken out. That's a triple kill, but Shinra finishes the job. I really thought Veritas could get this retake, but KUIS Esports, their positioning is just divine. That was insane. They had all the corners covered. Even if Sosa had the aim, had the skill, KUIS Esports had a first line of defense, a second, even a third, and with that, they got that round in the bag. 6-11 on the scoreboard. As of the moment, Veritas is still 2 points away from victory on this game. It looks like KUIS Esports, we might be going for the speed this time, pushing in quite immediately. While waiting for the timer to trickle down, there's a bias nearby. Shinra probably heard those audio cues as of the moment, and you can see Veritas immediately responding to just that. B side's about to be a bloodbath. Quite a lot. We can see Fade using the ultimate really, really quickly. Lots of utilities coming in. Prowler. Spike has been planted. First casualty, Ostrich falls. Shinra finds himself on the run as a revenge kill. Now Ching finds Crypto. 4 versus 3 as of the moment. Neon wall, making things a little bit more complicated. Right now, Bite Club finds Sosa. 2 versus 3. Time is sticking. Vixaria finds Jump Pass. 2 versus 3. Shinra finds Vixaria. Pitching attempting to defuse. Bite Club falls. 2 versus 1. As of the moment, Shinra gets that triple kill. That's Kaching versus Shinra. Kaching is attempting to defuse. And that is it. Oh my gosh, Shinra manages to get that shot in. That's absolutely crazy. I really thought Shinra was just blindly shooting that smoke. And Veritas, they were taking the chance. And now look at that. That is a 4-point gap. That's of course Esports is steadily climbing, not giving away this game so easily to Veritas. There's just a bunch of really amazing plays, especially Shinra on the last couple of seconds in the previous game, just shooting blind. They're not even gonna go inside of that smoke. It's way too risky. They took the chance, managed to get those bullets to connect, and as of this moment, we're gonna be going on to our round number 19. Couple of seconds trickling down on that timer. Looks like KUIS Esports, not a complete 5-man push onto the A side, but it's definitely sacking over there. Neon wall coming right up. Just a little bit of trouble in terms of vision on the side of Veritas. Kachao finds Crypto, however. Good start to Veritas. gonna be a Molly here and there. Catch up on Shinra. And Ostrich falls as well. Say goodbye to that spike. And now that's Chow with the triple kill. Back to find Yves Saint Laurent. And now it's just one more thorn on their side. Bicep gets spotted by Sosa. And that's it. Match point. Coming into VTS, literally one more point for Veritas, and then we'll be saying goodbye to our Lotus map. But question is, there's Esports. They've been steadily climbing. They've been giving Veritas a hard time. They've been denying the rounds from Veritas, and so with that, the question is, will they be doing better for Ascent later on? Because they're doing so well here in Lotus. In fact, a 7 whole points. It's not a complete domination of Veritas. It's far from it, in fact. Even though Veritas has a 5-point lead, later on it could be a 6 if they win this last round, this match point. But here, Yves Saint Laurent finds Shinra. 4 versus 5. Double kill, triple kill! Quadra kill! This is an ace! Oh no, Vixera steals it away, but still, that is the victory of Veritas on this very first game on Lotus on the semifinals. The second series of the semifinals. That's absolutely insane. I really thought that could have been an ace right at the last, but you know, it is what it is. It's still a victory for Veritas and KUIS Esports. They did quite well with the 7 points on their side, and hopefully we see maybe close call, maybe even game number 2 going in to KUIS Esports. But yeah, we'll be finding that out later on. I think we're still going to be looking at the highlights really quickly. But yeah, congratulations once again to Veritas for snagging this game number 1. If ever Veritas gets this game number 2 as well, it's gonna be true to the predictions of a lot of the people watching this tournament really quickly. It might be a FSDP versus Veritas thing, but I really want to see KUIS Esports prove us wrong, because KUIS Esports with the 7 points, that's no joke, especially since Veritas has already proven themselves before. These guys are not casuals. Veritas are not casuals, so KUIS Esports holding the ground up against them. I think they're making a name for themselves as of the moment, and you can see in the highlights here and there, KUIS Esports definitely giving Veritas a run for their money, especially after the sides have been switched. So I think I'm gonna be watching out for KUIS Esports if ever they go on to the attacker side, especially if on Ascent they'll be attackers first. But as of the moment, yes, the spotlight does go on to Veritas as of the moment. That is 1-0 on the scoreboard on this best of 3. Now they are at match point. Now Veritas is at match point. Once they get this Ascent map, we're going to be moving on to the grand finals tomorrow with the matchup of FSGP. But if not, if KUIS Esports snags this game number 2, we'll be forced to see a game number 3 in oh my gosh, my memory is quite horrible. I think it was okay, I forgot which map it was, but we're gonna be seeing another map in game number 3. The decider map is gonna be Haven. It's right there. It's literally right there in the assets. It's gonna be Haven if ever. We'll be moving on to game number 3. I think our production is roasting me as of the moment. But yeah, after this highlights, we will be moving on to a break as usual. So guys, just enjoy it. That is it, the quadra kill of Yves Saint Laurent before it's taken away in the end. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be going on to a short break before we see that game number 2, so do not go anywhere. We'll be seeing you soon.
ದಾಣುವ ಏಕೆ ಹ್ಯಾಜಾಣುತ ಏಕೆ ಹ್ಯಾರಾಕಿತ ಏಕೆ ಹತಿಯಾರುತ ಏಕೆ ಹಮಲಾದಿ ಫುರುಡಿನ ಫಾದುವ ಗ್ಯಾಗಾದಾನ ತರು ಬ್ಯಾಬಾಕುರ ಫುಮ್ಮಾದ ಬ್ಯಾಕುಡಾಗಾದುರ ಮುಜಿಯಾರು ಕಮುಕದುಡು ರಾಂಡಾ ಫುರ ಕಾಕಬ್ಬಾರದ್ದು ತವೇನಿ ಹಂಗುಡಾಮತ ಕಫಸ್ಕಿ ಚಹೇನಿ ರೈವರ್ ಸಫೈ ಪುರವೇನಿ ದಿವ ಇಕ್ಕೊ ಟೀಮ್ ಕಿಂಗುಡೆ ವೇನಿ ಗಾಬದಂ ಕಾಕು ಹಿಗೇನಿ ಕಾಕತ್ತುರೆ ಕಾಕು ಹಿಬೇಡಿ ಕಾಕಬ್ಬಾ ಏ ಹುರವೇನಿ ಫಹುಮಿ ಹಕ ಕಿಕ್ಕುರೆ ವೇನಿ ದೀಬುವಾಣಿ ಮೀ ಮಗೆ ಮಹಲ್ ಮಗೆ ರಾಜ ಮೀ ಮಗೆ ಮತಲ್
Welcome to Ooredoo Nation.
ಕಿಯಾ ಬಲ ಕಿಯಾಣೆ ಕಾಳು ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳಿ ಕುಕುಳು ಕಿರುಳು ಕುಕುಳು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಕ್ಕಿಯಾಲ ಕರ್ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳು ನಾನು ಕಾಳು ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳಿ ಕುಕುಳು
ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಏದೋ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್
ಕಳ್ಕುರು ಕಾಳು ಕಿರುಳು ಕುಕುಳು
ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಏದೋ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹಲವು ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಕ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ನೆಟ್ ಎದು ಸ್ಮಿಯಂ ಐ ಲಿವೆ
ಫೋನುಗಾವೆ ಮುಳಿ ಹಯಾತಾನ ಟುಂಗುಳಿಲನೀತ ಕುಮ್ಮಿಸಕಿ ಮೇಜುಗಾ ಎ ಫಶಿ ಗೇಮುಗಾ ಕುಳುನು ಸ್ಪೀಡುಗಾ ಎ ಪಬ್ಜಿಗಣ ಸ್ನೆಪ್ ಕುರೆ ಎಸಕ ಮೀಮ್ ತಕ ಎ ಫುರಿ ಫೀಡುಗಾ ಎ ಟೆಕು ಟೊಕು ಫುರಾ ಎ ಫಿಟು ಚೆಕು ತಕ ವೆ ಓಜಿ ಫಶಾ ಎ ಸಾಳಿ ಟ್ರೆಂಡಕ ಎ ಕಿ ಬಜಿದುವಾ
Santa Liberty, technology, libe kuri eruma, eko haru fatuga, libe hos baguta, bagutung ufala, libe huwa fenta, fuga veche, libe fa.
Jassalima fighti libe, Jassalima fighti libe, Jassalima fighti libe, Jassalima fighti libe. ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಬೋಡು 5G ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್
ಬೇಬೆ ಬೇಬೆ ಕ್ಯಾ ಹೊರಗ ಬೇಬೆ ನೀ ಕ್ಯಾ ಹೊರಗತ್ತ
ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲೊಮ್ಮೆ ಉಂದಗೂ ಕಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾದ ಕಮೆಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗಾಲಂಬೇಣೊಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾದ ಕುರಿಯರು ಮೆಂಗ್ ಅವಹ ಬೇಣುಂದೋ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಹಯಾತುಗ ಅವಹ ಕುರಿಯರು ಹೋದಾಲಂ ಬೇಣುಮಿಯ ಉರಿದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಮಡುಕುರುಮ್ಮಿ ವರ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಮೆದ್ದು 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ ಸತೇಕ ಗುಣ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ತಜುರ್ಬಾ ಕೊಲ್ಲುಮ ಉರಿದೂಗೆ 5G ಜಸ್ಸಾಲ
ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಇತುರು ಹರಫತಕ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಸಳಿ ಗೇಮಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಉರಿದು
Häärääkipä ekki hatiaaru todekki hamalaadi furudilla faatua Gäägaadana torun bääbääkura Fummada bääkudaa gaadura muchi jaaru kamuka duudu väändaa fura Kaakabaada tuta veeni hakudaa mutta kaffaskitja heeni Favors on fight pure veeni Diva ikko team king kude veeni Ngaapadan kaakuhe gaming Kaakature kaakuhe beedi Kaakapaa ee hure veeni Fahumi heka kekkure veeni Diivu vaani mii magee mahal Magee raaja mii magee matal
Welcome to Ooredoo Nation.
Right.
Kia bala kiene. Kalu, kalu, kuru,
Ooredoo
kuru,
Nation
kalu,
gave us land.
Kirulu kukulu. Fast ko kiya. Karkur kalu kirulu. No. Kalu kuru kalu kirulu kukulu.
ෆාස්ටේ දෝ
There we have it, and we are back. Muchi is also running away, but this is still Ooredoo Nation Gamers Land, a Series X Season 2, and I'm still your lone caster, Annie. And yes, we are going to be seeing the game number 2 for our second series, our very last series for the semifinals. And right now, we're still waiting on that second point, possibly second victory for Veritas, since they bagged that first game already. And so it's their match point on this best of 3. It's still possible that KUIS Esports could snag this second map in, and they'll be pushing this to a game number 3. But as of this moment, we're still going to be seeing Ascent later on, Veritas versus KUIS Esports. And if ever KUIS Esports wins this, we'll be seeing the decider map, which is going to be Haven later on. So with that, Ascent is pretty like a standard map, not too like complicated whatsoever. We have the standard B and A sides, and we have the mid as well, and so pretty old map as well. I don't know if Ascent has ever been taken out of the map rotations. I don't know. Just correct me if I'm wrong, but it's always been there, and there's not a lot of hate coming into Ascent. If you talk about other maps, if you compare it to literally like Icebox or something, or like Breeze, people are mostly like fine. Like I think like mostly they like Ascent, and then I've just been told that Ascent is actually currently outside of the map pool. No wonder, But that, you know what? It's a fine. Like we can still play Ascent here for the purpose of the tournament, and yeah, I'm really just so glad that we're not seeing any ice boxes or breezes. It's just way too hard. But right now, Corrode and Abyss is gonna be the thorn on our side as of the moment in terms of the map pool. But then yeah, we're gonna be worrying about Ascent as of the moment, and it's still gonna be between it's still gonna be between Veritas and KUIS Esports as of the moment. And yeah, I think everyone's just preparing in the back end. They're just going for the agent select really, really quickly, and then setting up the room and everything. But yeah, as of this moment, yes, Veritas, just absolutely beautiful performance. And KUIS Esports still with the 7 points. It was a little bit of a nail biter, especially towards the end of the game. KUIS Esports time and time again breaking the momentum of Veritas. So let's just see if the conditions will be just right here in the set to change any sort of domination that Veritas had in the previous game. And as of the moment, it looks like Veritas will be the defenders first. KUIS Esports going on to the attackers. I think we have a little bit of trouble in the assets as of the moment. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing a lot of the guns for the players. You're supposed to, so don't worry about that. But as of the moment, we'll be working with what they have. So Yves Saint Laurent, we can see their gun, which is the Ghost. We can see the pistol of Shinra as well. And so it looks like we'll be starting off with a slight split for KUIS Esports. Some on A, some on mid. Double entry. This is just a device that's gonna be there sandwiched between two of KUIS Esports. Is the screen black? Yeah, that's the background, right? Fans already left to go, but guys, do choose Ooredoo. Go get their 5G if you don't wanna disconnect. Like, to go now. We are back to Origination Gamers Land after a little bit of a hiccup. Let's see where the teams are at. I think we went to a technical pause really quickly when things went wrong, but right now, yes, we should still be at round number 3, or maybe at the end of round number 3, maybe round number 4. Let's just check on really quickly, but just a quick recap. I believe Veritas got the first 2 rounds in a row, and can't quite remember how the round 3 went, but yeah, we'll be watching that out really soon. Everything's just getting set up right at the back, and well, once again, just a little bit of recaps. Yes, this is KUIS Esports versus Veritas. Veritas already won their first game, and so that is It's just getting a little bit formalities. And it looks like KUIS Esports did bag that round number 3 with their victory. And now it's 2-1 on the scoreboard as of the moment. And as we said, yes, we did have a couple of pauses. So we can all watch out as to how round number 4 is going to be playing out. You can see on the stream. Oh, it looks like Kaching already getting that double kill. And I'm really glad that we didn't miss this. You can see the Reina just healing themselves up after that double kill. It's really such a great start to Veritas. Now, KUIS Esports down to 3 players. They're hovering around B side. Spike is still around the entrance, but it looks like Kaching will be getting that triple kill. KUIS is going to be falling. And of course, they do have the Spike. KUIS Esports has a Spike as of the moment, but the question is, will they make the entry? Because they're getting sandwiches of the moment, and it looks like Veritas will be cleaning up the floor. The Spike's just left right here, and well, there's not much that they can do as of the moment. 2-1 on the scoreboard. Veritas already steadily putting a little bit of a gap between the two of them. Look at the Clove watching out. Hello. Hello, girl. Doing a great job giving words of affirmation to Veritas. On also to KUIS Esports. Ooh, look at the Spectra! It's fine! We can see their gun! KUIS Esports with the 4 pistols and backup, I believe that's a Marshall. So very interesting picks, but Kaching does that crypto, that's first blood in this game. Kaching gets traded off, however, by Japas. The pistol.
Dropping smoke.
Right now, Spike might be going for the A side. Still on the defense, however, falls. Kachao finds that. BTS. Still 4 players versus 2 on the side of KUIS Esports. I mean, it's a little bit understandable since it's still the same round for KUIS Esports after losing the previous round. Still, just biding their time, trying to see if they can maybe make an entry somewhere there. You can tell Ostrich is a little bit confused as to what to do as of this moment. They have a minute to think. Quite literally like a couple of 50 seconds or so. But A is too heavily guarded. Sova could go get some scouting here, but they're gonna be in trouble. They're surrounded by VTS as of the moment. Fade is still in the A side. Let's see what they do. A little bit of recall here and there. Okay, Ostrich finds Sosa, however. Okay, that's second, but no, Gachao will be finding Shinra. And it looks like Vixaria will be sealing the deal. Ostrich to be falling. That is the 4th point for Veritas. And I mean, it's a pretty clean cut coming in for Veritas as of the moment. That is the 4th point versus 1 on Esports as of the moment. And you can see a little bit of nice inventory from both of these teams. Just Vandals for days in Veritas. Not much heavy shields just yet. I think Ching and Vixaria still don't have the heavy shields, but here with Esports, at least they got the Phantoms and the Vandals in hand. Definitely gonna help out in this round. Hopefully we can see a little bit of a victory. Because Esports did quite well. They just had to go on the save in the previous round. Now they have a full buyout, like more or less. They managed to go ahead and get the plant in. You can see Veritas, they're trying to get this retake in. Kaching finding Crypto going for that ultimate immediately. And it looks like there was a mirror over here. Kaching getting that Quadra Bite Club going for the Quadra for themselves. That's an ace. But it's just the fact that there is a Clove, so it's not an ace just yet. It's just a pentakill. Now it's Sosa versus Shinra as of the moment. Spike is ticking, so all Shinra has to do is kind of distract VTS. Okay, a little bit of shots here and there. Trying to take down Sosa finally. The defuse couldn't push through. Either way, there was only like 5 milliseconds left to go, so it didn't really matter. VTS having to concede that round to KUIS Esports as of the moment. Now we're at 4-2 on the scoreboard. And now, I mean, just a slight gap in points as of the moment. It's the same story as the previous game. It's just VTS, just like maybe half points away from KUIS Esports. Rather, it's the other way around. KUIS Esports half points away from Veritas. But over here at mid, we'll be seeing a strong push coming in from KUIS Esports. Detouring to A, using that entrance. It's gonna be a fade to meet them up. Looks like Bike Club will be finding that first kill. Kachao gonna be falling. Shinra finds Osa. So 2 casualties on Veritas. Shinra's gonna be planning that spike. He's on the run. Finds Ostrich. Gonna be jumping in. He's on the run. Double kill. Kaching finds Jet Pass. Triple quadra kill from Yves on the run. What an insane couple of seconds that we just witnessed, ladies and gentlemen. That was insane. And look at that. They're just going to be going ahead and defusing that spike, taking the time. They have all the time in the world. That was pretty romantic. But, you know, the eye contact. But yeah, that was it for round number 7. Round number 8. We'll be starting off with a 5-2 on a huge lead of 3 points. You can see they never let KUIS Esports get more than 1 point in a row. Always constantly breaking each other's momentum on both sides. But right now, still in round number 8, we still have 4 rounds to go before we can see those switching of sides. But right now, we can see KUIS Esports, they're stacking up towards mid once again. But what was that? A firing squad all of a sudden at mid. That's a 4th casualty up against KUIS. And with that, that is a clean-cut, flawless victory. Coming from Veritas. 7 more points before we can see the end of the semifinal series. I mean, still a long way to go. We're still at round number 9, but looking at the 4-point gap. Looking at the 4-point gap is just absolutely insane. But just looking at the pattern that we're seeing right now, it's 2 points to Veritas and 1 point to KUIS Esports, and history repeats itself. So if it follows up, KUIS Esports should be getting this round, but you know, I'm just playing around. It's probably gonna be happening, but look at this. Everyone's just on a date here on this restaurant. Ostrich falling, however. Rather taking out Kachao. It's the other way around, but I think B-side is a little bit frantic as of the moment. Couple of utilities here and there. Trades off. Bike Club taking out Chiching with a showstopper. Second kill. Eves on the run. It's gonna be a 2 versus 4. A little bit messy. Crypto finding Sosa. That's a second kill. Vixera falls as well. Now, a couple of seconds left to go, and that is it. Might have spoken too soon back there. Yes, KUIS Esports did get that kill with the pattern. The 2 points and then 1 point to KUIS Esports. Oh, that was pretty funny. I was just playing around, but this time it's going to be a 6-3 on the scoreboard as of the moment. We are at round number 10. Just looking at the guns, we have a couple of one phantom, and then we have a shotgun for Kachao, and then the rest are having their fancy vandals. And their shields are up. Okay, we can see Fade coming in with their ultimate. Kachao gets taken down. Kaching finds Ostrich as the revenge kill. Just sort of stacking up of VTS right there. Managed to get away. 2, 3 down on the side of KUIS Esports. Make that 4, however. Japaz is the last person standing. And now it's just gonna be a hunt down, and Victoria actually finds Jad Pass just like that. 7-3 on the scoreboard as of the moment. And following up should be another victory for Veritas. 2 points and then 1 point to KUIS Esports once again. I don't know. I'm just joking around, guys. But yeah, as of the moment, we are at round number 11. The next round will be the last round before the switch, and so more or less, they'll have to use a lot of their utilities as much as possible. You can see all the Vandals are out, and then a couple of Phantoms here and there. There's Guardian, a Stray Guardian as of the moment. But yes, KUIS Esports finally, they have a couple of trades. Kachao and Kaching getting 3 this time. Crypto falls, and now that is 4-2 on the numbers advantage for VTS as of the moment. Spike has fallen down into the ground. Shinra falls, and with that, that is it. That is the deal sealed, just like that. 8-3 on the scoreboard as of the moment. That's 2 rounds in the row for VTS. And that right now question is, will KUIS Esports bag this next round? Because the pattern looks pretty straightforward as of the moment. And so this is going all out. Any ultimates that you have as of the moment, any credits, you have to use it as of the moment. But right now, I suppose KUIS Esports doesn't have much of a choice. They're going for the SMGs and Guardians as of the moment because they don't have quite much choice. It looks like Shinra will be fine. Victoria will be using their ultimate just like that. No other chance. Get shot down immediately. Victoria falls. Sosa finds Backlub. Crypto finds Sosa finds Crypto Ostrich. Jump pass. That is a quadro kill before Shinra finally taking out the reign of terror. And still in the end, it's Veritas taking on that last point before the switch. That's 9-3 on the scoreboard. You know, if you've been in Valorant for quite a while, you'd be nervous about the scoreboard, but I'm pretty confident, you know. Veritas is only 4 points away, and you can see their track record. You can see such an amazing momentum coming in from Veritas. They just have to hold on as much as possible and not make any careless mistakes, and they could snag this game number 2 and like get that slot for the grand finals. Potentially we could be seeing freshly signed divorce paper versus Veritas later on, if ever KUIS Esports gonna quite catch up in terms of points to Veritas. But over here we can see mid push for Veritas. They're not wasting any time. They're going straight to defender spawn. Kaching finds Ostrich. Okay. Very interesting. They're going the long way, going to A side. In fact, they are bulldozing anything that gets in their way. A couple of trades here and there. 1 versus 1. Shinra versus the last person standing. That's going to be Vixaria. That's insane. That's insane work. But still, in the end, Vixaria finds Shinra, and that is it. The last crucial kill. Almost like practically a clutch. That was really dangerous. A dangerous move coming from Veritas. But there's also an element of surprise coming in Veritas. Maybe because Esports got taken by surprise, because absolutely no one in their right minds would be showing up to defender spawn and going that way to the A side. But it worked out. They got sandwiched just a little bit from the B side rotations from KUIS Esports, but still it worked out. The last shot, Vixaria just made everything else matter. But over here, it looks like we're seeing a push towards the B side. Just entry guarding defender spawn, and that's 2 casualties on the side of KUIS Esports. And rather, we're gonna see Kaching gonna be pushed down to spectator mode as of this moment. Now, so this is planting that spike. Using the door just for good measure. Kachao finds good pass. Now Crypto and Bike Club are still alive. They each find a kill. Now it's a 2 versus 2. Bike Club finds its double kill before Saint Laurent evens out the playing field. And with that last kill on Crypto rather, that is an 11-3 on for Veritas before they can snag this slot for the grand finals. You can see that 5-round streak coming in from Veritas, and just making short work of this game number 2. It's just absolutely insane. I'm really excited to see what the grand finals are going to look like at this rate. It's just beautiful executions from Veritas and KUIS Esports. And not to say they actually have really good executions as well. I'm just saying that maybe I kind of want to see KUIS Esports improve just a little bit and then go on the pro scene, and just all this strategies coming in from KUIS Esports. It's very it's very pro scene coded, and they just have a long way to go to kind of catch up to the veterans at this point. I'm really hoping to see some sort of improvement. Right now, speaking of improvement, it looks like KUIS Esports is wiping the floor off of Veritas as of the moment. They're gonna be snagging this number 4 point before, you know, giving away this match point to VTS. And so with that, using that spike, 11-4 on the scoreboard as of the moment, with 29 seconds to spare. Quite a lot of time left yet to go. Alright. For the scoreboard, that is 7 points lead on Veritas as of the moment, and you can tell KUIS Esports is not giving away those 2 points easily. You saw that in game number 1; they didn't give away that victory easily. That was a 7-13 scoreboard, and right now you can see KUIS Esports, they're gonna be popping off. They're gonna be giving Veritas quite a hard time. It's a squirrel with a grenade knot. That's absolutely crazy. Who designed that? It's pretty funny. But here, Veritas gonna be stacking up on the B side. Might be moving to mid to the moment, because you can see KUIS Esports are rotating quickly, very very quickly after they heard all that audio cues. But immediately they know something's up. They're rotating back to A. But Veritas, I don't know if they're like committing yet. They're being really safe over here. Some utilities here and there trying to get some information. Sova's nearby, right around the corner. Ooh, Baitlab finds Sosa. That's the first casualty. And still, KUIS Esports still towards defender spawn. If Sauron's gonna be planting that spike. Ooh, sprays! Did not end well. Kaching falls. Kachao finds Crypto, however. It's a 3 versus 4 as of the moment. Veritas on slight numbers disadvantage. Xeria finds Shinra. Baitlab fight Kachao. That's a trade-off. It's a second kill for Xeria. 2 versus 2 as of the moment. Jet Pause gets a little bit of chip damage. Sauron's gonna be the last person standing. Baitlab makes a sure work of that. Baitlab getting that triple kill and that defuse also. That's the 5th point coming in from KUIS Esports. I'm happy to see a 2.2 round momentum for KUIS Esports for this game, and it looks like they're doing quite well as defenders here in a set. A beautiful work from KUIS Esports, and I'm kind of wondering, as of this moment, I kind of want to see, KUIS Esports maybe proving us wrong and going all the way, pushing this to game number 3 would be kind of funny, but still, absolutely insane. Kind of watching out to what Veritas has in hand as of the moment, because they're having a hard time cracking KUIS Esports open. Looks like they'll be going for a 5-man push through the showers and B sides, making their entry. Vixeria finds jump pass already. That's the first casualty. First blood. So, Esports. Ostrich is gonna be falling. Utilities trying to make their entry. Vixaria with the 3rd kill to Falshino as well. Baitlab getting that double kill, however. It is a 1 versus 3. Baitlab has their showstopper, but they don't need it. Eves on the run catches them up, and that is it. Match point coming into Veritas. And we are on the last leg of this game. Question is this gonna be a clean victory for Veritas, or will KUIS Esports give them one last laugh? Okay, it looks like actually KUIS Esports, they're compounding all the way on B side, but you can see HAZE is gonna be rotating to A side real quick, and that is where the bulk of Veritas is. KUIS Esports running around quite a lot. Prowler, you can see that quite happening. They have a little bit of information. They saw the utility. Sosa's gonna be planting that spike, and now KUIS Esports, they have to plan out their entry. Hunter's Fury trying to take down whoever's planting that spike, but they know exactly what's happening. Kachin gets a double kill. However, it trades off here and there. Still 3 versus 2 as of the moment. Zero finds Shinra last, and that is Jet Paz, last person standing on KUIS Esports. And with that last shot from Sosa with a pistol of all things, that is the 2nd victory of Veritas. 2-0 on the semifinals, best of 3. They will be moving forward to the grand finals to go up against freshly signed divorce papers, and I think a lot of people predicted this, and I'm really excited for what tomorrow will look like. You can see a while ago absolute domination from freshly signed divorce papers, and Veritas, and just absolutely amazing performance. In fact, it's just a sweep going against KUIS Esports of all teams. KUIS Esports had such a good run. They had so many great strategies. I don't know, like I think it's just like a matter of like slightly more experience on the side of Veritas, and KUIS Esports has ways to go, but still the matchup for the grand finals is absolutely goated, and I'm really excited to see what the grand finals will look like tomorrow. And still, it's gonna be a best of 5. So with that, we won't be seeing any highlights. We will just be closing up this semifinals real quick. And guys, tomorrow same time, do not be late. We will be seeing the grand finals between FSTP and Veritas. And so for tonight, do rest yourselves up because we will be closing the semifinals real quick. And once again, guys, this is Ooredoo Nation Gamersland Series X Season 2. We'll be signing off for tonight. Be here tomorrow, same time. Goodbye. Stronger here, but Nash falls to HAZE gonna be attacking his male wife. Okay, in the corridor. Just they're doing a life. FSDP might be in a little bit of a pinch, but no, never mind. 5 seconds male wife, and pretty much straightforward. Just plant spike in defender's spawn, and it looks like Nash is trying to find that one. Okay, Retard Plastic gets taken out as well. It's just gonna be find an entrance, but you can see FSDP. They're positioned. They're positioned all around the entrances. Look at this, just one. Nice positioning from FSDP towards the B side, and one after the other as of the moment, and it's just gonna be a hunt down, and it gets it taken out by now. It's taking them down just like that. Clay gets a quad. Find Iki. That's 3 more left. That's it. I have to find Clone, and FSTP will get what is happening. That's a triple. That's a quadra. Knife needs to be stopped. That dude had like a triple kill before finally getting put down into. FSTP will allow that. Okay, looks like it's gonna be a knife fight. Another HAZE falls. It's just gonna be the male wife. That's another knife one, you know. But 3 versus 5 now. Fassi is fine. Retard Classic Nash finds the male wife. Clone finds bad, however. They haven't taken out anyone who gets in their way. Hello Kitty finds the first blood, but it's gonna be a 2 versus 2. Still Fassi has it. Okay, Nash is right around the corner, but it's quite low on health, so I'm a little bit is going all the way back to attacker spawn. Faye finds defender side, trying to get an entrance to see. Hello Kitty. Clone takes one. You better watch your backs. There we have it. Nash finds play, but Clone gets the triple kill. Attempting to defuse once again. Will there be enough time? Numbers disadvantage. You can see HAZE there. Finally, Hello Kitty Lover puts them into the dust. 2 versus this in the bag. Gonna be stacking up an A. Green is right around the corner. Clay, what in the world? Kitty Lover still be the last person standing. She got under the corner. Bad finds Clay. First blood. Or Tired Blast finds already, especially since Vice and Big Tac are gonna be meeting Hello Kitty Lover right around the corner, but finds second one. It's just a Clay guarding the area, but Clones get bad. Now it is a 3 versus 2. Actually, practically a wonder there. You can see they're like, you know what? Just end this game. Gets a shot down immediately. Because this dude is not doing using Ooredoo. But here Faye finds a little bit nervous for us there, but still, once again, Chloe is also decent, so I'm a little bit worried. But it's a 3 versus